Hey, what's going on, everybody? Xbox All In channel, host Sega Forever here. And you know what time it is? It's Friday, and we got an All In Popcast. Basically, what this show is, we're going to be talking about everything pop culture. As you can tell by the setting, there is a couple things that we're going to talk about specifically tonight. I wanted to kind of kick the show off solo because I don't know if some of the other guys have been following what I've been enjoying. Hold on one second, guys. Something that I've been enjoying immensely, which is the WNBA. I kind of got caught up in the whole Caitlin Clark um, euphoria that was going on based off of college basketball, of course. Just really quickly, man, I'll let you guys know that I used to actually play basketball. I had dreams of actually becoming professional, which was shattered the day that I saw Shaquille O'Neal play when he was at LSU. But I wish I at least would have tried to go to the collegiate level. But what ended up happening, I ended up joining the military. Played basketball there for a little bit, but what ended up happening is I hurt my knee, and then it was pretty much over for me as far as my basketball hopes and dreams. And I was kind of moving on from it. It was something that I enjoyed doing when I was younger, especially. Ever since I was a little kid, I used to watch my dad play basketball. And I'll be honest with you guys, that's why I started playing basketball. But then I found that I loved it myself. And this is when I was like, man, it was like fifth, sixth grade. And ever since then, I played basketball for the entirety of my, going up into my senior year. And I played on the school varsity team. First JV, I was there for 1 year. Then he moved me up to varsity. Actually had some skills and stuff. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying this is just the history. And I want to give you guys this background because this is something I don't normally talk about on this channel, but it's something that I've always been into as far as sports, especially across the board. Dude, you guys know if you guys follow this channel, you guys know I love this Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Penguins, right? But my favorite basketball team has always been the Lakers. They still are. And when I was growing up, dude, it was that transitioning into Showtime. You know, when the Lakers had Magic Johnson, right, and then they built, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis, Michael Thompson, James Worthy. Man, that was the team back in the day. That's what I grew up. I grew up in Hollywood version of Los Angeles Lakers fan, and they followed them up until like I got married and had kids. That's when I kind of fell off a lot of stuff actually. And what kind of brought me back, this is why I'm a pro Xbox channel, what brought me back into gaming hardcore was the Xbox. Right? It was more than just me playing COD all the time and stuff like that, especially with the Xbox One. And I talk about that on this channel as well. The Xbox One, when you had that library of games and the console was launching, it was hold on one second, guys, this bird is driving me nuts. It's almost as if it was quiet up until now, and I started doing this podcast, and this bird is just running its mouth. I guess he wants to be on the podcast. Maybe he got something to say about Caitlin Clark as well. But that's one of the reasons why I got heavy into gaming, man, with the Xbox One. Again, this is the Xbox All In channel. The Xbox One of 2013 was the console that I wanted to have, and I went all in with Xbox. I was a multi-console player before. A lot of that was based on principle as well. I saw a lot of hate that the Xbox was getting, and I couldn't understand it because it was the perfect integration to me anyway of the 360. And it even had the games at launch. It's probably one of the, like I say this all the time, the second best launch. The first best launch for me will always be the Dreamcast. But it was the console of choice for me, and that's why I've been pro Xbox ever since. And I bring that up because that's going to come in later on in the show, and I'm pretty sure the guys want to talk about it as well. And hopefully Dale will join us. But I'm pretty sure she has an interesting take as well because it's been a crazy week across the board, whether it's been movies, television, music, sports, video games, and stuff like that. We're going to cover it all. But on the Xbox front, you see a lot of over the last couple of weeks, man, you've been seeing all the drama going on in the Xbox community. Then you saw kind of a course correct this week, right? Because just a couple of announcements that Microsoft made. And then for a lot of us who didn't lose our minds over what's going on with Microsoft, because we know what time it is, dude. This happens in cycles, right? This is what Xbox and Microsoft always go through, right? The stuff we talk about on this channel. I'm not a big channel. But if you follow me, again, this is stuff that you are aware of, right? And everybody else in the group as well. So that's another topic I want to get on specifically. We're going to talk about Xbox bringing it back, coming back around. Like I said, the news has been great. People are starting to get excited again for the showcase. I've always been excited for it. I will say, though, I did not watch the ID at Xbox program. Been busy. Got to go back and watch that. And there's a lot of stuff that we're going to touch on that Microsoft is doing and Xbox is doing specifically in the background, man. I mean, I'm telling you right now, and I'm just trying to read the tea leaves here, see the writing on the wall. Dude, Microsoft is ready to explode and take their console and take their ecosystem to the next level. I'm all here for it. I am. I'm 100% here for it, guys. I'm going to shut off. Oh, give me one second, guys. I'm going to shut off my YouTube because I just want to make sure that it's running. Okay, I'm back on StreamYard. So hopefully people will be able to join. Just let me double check I sent this out. Yeah, looks like I got everyone. All right, then we'll see how everything falls into place, man. Like I said, I hope everybody can join tonight. But again, I'll just bring it back around. I want to talk about Caitlin Clark because it's been a long time, guys, since I've been interested in any type of sports on this level. And like I say, I dabble in sports now. I still keep up with my Steelers, right? I'm trying to get back into my Pirates. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit off. Though I've been seeing that the Pirates have that new pitcher that they brought up from Double A, right? And brought him in big leagues, and he seems to be fired right now. They got McCutcheon's back. I mean, it's. I'm enjoying being a Pirates fan again, dude. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have cable anymore, so it's hard for me to keep up. A lot of this stuff I've just been finding online, and then I follow people who are also fans. If you guys are fans of Melanie Mack, she's a Steeler fan. There's people out there that I follow specifically for Steelers stuff. But I found across the board, man, when it comes to the franchises in Pittsburgh, that there's a lot of people across the board that are fans of their teams, right? And I've always loved the Steelers ever since I was younger, and that kind of drew me into the Pirates. And of course, in the '70s, the Pirates had that great run with Willie Stargell, and of course Roberto Clemente, another amazing baseball player. And then, of course, with the Penguins, man, I was a product of that '90s Penguins, right? When they had Mario Lemieux and all those guys, man. That was probably one of the best teams ever. So anyway, not to, just wanted to give you guys that background because you guys are probably wondering, wow, say, why are you talking about sports, right? And I'll be honest with you, man. Like I said, I just caught up in all the hype of Caitlin Clark, man, and I loved every minute of it, dude. Like I said, I mean, in the '90s, dude, you had some great basketball at college, right? Yeah, great basketball in the NBA as well, dude. And of course, playing basketball, being a huge basketball fan. I would say next to playing video games and collecting comics, that was my other part of my life, man. It was basketball. And especially when you grow up and you don't have money like I did, dude. I mean, one of the things that you could always do is just go to the Y, go to the local park, and just jump in a pickup game and play. Right. So it's kind of interesting to me when I saw basketball starting to go international in the 2000s and stuff like that. How big it's become, and not just on the men's side, but on the women's side. But if we're being honest, man, the WNBA has never been as big as the NBA, or not even close. If I'm being honest with you, though they have their fans, man. In fact, I was chatting with somebody on another video earlier, well, just through comments and stuff like that, and she's been a fan of the NBA for a while. And she was saying that she likes that they're having the new people starting to come in, man. Because the thing about Caitlin Clark, man, and look, we can touch on this in all kind of different ways, right? But the one thing that I get from her, dude, is that she's gonna put eyes on the league, right? That is first and foremost. I know a lot of you guys, they're like, oh, it's not about that and stuff. Or I know there's people out there saying it's not about that or whatever, or she's too hyped up. Look, dude, I was there when Bird and Magic came in, right? When they went from college straight into the NBA, and boom, it was magic. I mean, that was a big turnaround for the NBA, dude. That matchup, and then being on the Lakers and the Celtics, right? And that rivalry that came out of that, dude, and it totally redefined basketball. Now, don't get me wrong, dude. I'm a huge basketball fan, so I'm kind of old school. So I'm not saying there weren't people before them, and I think that's something that's going on with the WNBA right now with some of these players that some people are saying that it's hate. There's definitely haters out there in the WNBA when it comes to Caitlin Clark, right? I mean, look, at the end of the day, guys, I know this is not politically correct, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys, dude. It's just straight up. It's just women being women, right? I know if Dea was here, she might smack me down, but I just got to be honest with you guys, right? There's some of that in there, right? But for some of the other things that's going on, dude, I welcome it. Like Dana Taurasi, I don't think I didn't have a problem with what she said. Because what she said wasn't, as we're seeing what happening with Caitlin, what she said wasn't all wrong. Hey, what's up, Tool Man, brother? Yeah, sorry, dude. I'm adding a sports element into this, dude, because I got caught up in all the hype with Caitlin Clark, and it's taking me back, bro. I'm old, man, and I remember the NBAs in the '80s. and in the '70s as well, dude. I mean, like I said earlier, dude, there were no shortage of great players. But when the '80s rolled around, dude, especially when that '84 class came in, and we already had Magic and Bird setting a standard, but that '84 class came in, dude, and it was off to the races, man. That the league expanded and it just blew up, and I lived through all of that, dude. Plus, I love basketball. I play basketball and stuff like that, or I used to. But welcome, dude. If you just hang with me for a little bit on the sports thing, because this is something I kind of want to bring to the channel. Because this is what I wanted to do with E-Rock, but with the wrestling. Yeah, I want to talk about wrestling with him as well. Hopefully he'll jump in and maybe we'll dive into that. But right now, just let me get this off on the sports thing, right? So with Caitlin Clark, Tarasi was saying stuff. I didn't take it like some people took it as hater comments, maybe a little haterism in there. But for me, dude, that's what's needed. That's you have a pro player telling her as a rookie coming in, like, look, dude, it's not going to be like how you have it now, right? And some people, there's a lot of people that got mad because Caitlin has her fans and stuff like that, and that's fine too. But as we can see, man, Tarasi, it wasn't all hate, man. She was being honest, dude. And with Caitlin coming in and she getting all that shine and she's the star of the show, man. The contracts, right? And people were saying, well, it's not that much money. I mean, for the WNBA, she got a contract above most other people, right? And then on top of that, dude, it's through her it's through the endorsement she had, where she'll be making her big money, right? And I know people are having a hard time understanding why she's getting paid. Like, what if she doesn't wash out? That's not the point, right? The point is she has a fan base. She's a product. She's a merchant. She's a merchandise, man. Just think about Jordan when he came in back in the day, right? And he was smart, dude. He was able to have his own image and stuff like that, dude. That's why Jordan is the way he is, dude. And that's beyond all the great stuff he did on the court, man. To me, he's still the GOAT of all time. So much so that even now, recently, right, they had the movie that came out on Netflix, dude. That's the type of cultural impact that Jordan had. I'm not saying Caitlin Clark, dude. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Caitlin Clark's gonna have that type of impact, but she is having an impact. She will have an impact. It's going to be huge, and it's already having an impact in the WNBA. Man. There's people tuning in, people excited about it, people talking about it, and I'm not shying away from all the stuff that's supposedly controversy, not controversy. That to me, that's just the way the sports world is, man. That's how I grew up in when I was playing. That's the way it's been for years. I think we need to kind of get back to that. This is why I think I'm loving the NBA, WNBA more than the NBA right now, because it's taking me back to that time, dude. I love seeing these girls trying to shut her down. I guess and I feel bad because what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna get the WNBA ticket because I want to talk about this kind of stuff, but I'm not able to watch the games because, like I said, I don't have cable, right? So I need to actually get a pass and I know it's not that bad. It's like $25 for a season. I know their season's not that long, but it'd be worth for me getting, dude, just to see what's really going on. Because I didn't get to watch, I think, the Liberty, and then Caitlin plays for the Fever, right? Indiana Fever. And so they had a game, man, and they were targeting her from the jump, right? And I saw the clips, man. I listened to commentary. I should have wrote this dude's channel down because he's had the best take so far. I agree with this dude. A lot of his opinions and what he's looking and how he's looking at it, dude. And I'm 100% because that's how I feel, dude. I really would have loved to see that game. So I would have loved to see. Like some people are complaining because she had an off night, dude, and I'm like, no, dude, that's the way it is, dude. You're the hot shot rookie. You're coming in, man, and then you got these veterans in there. It's like, well, how much are you getting paid? You're getting paid that much. It took me this long to get to this point, and you just showing up here, and you're the belle of the ball. And they was like, no. And then some of it is respect too, right? Because she can't shoot the lights out. Right, so there is a competitive nature to it. This isn't all just about people hating people, or women, being catty, right? It's just like these are professional athletes at the end of the day, right? So she showed up there and they're like, all right, we see what you got, and she had a little bit of rough run, man. And look, this is what's up, yeah, too, man, 80s, dude. Because what had happened, dude, I played basketball since I was little, man, and Moses Malone, got Will Chamberlain, right. The Iceman, we have all these great NBA players, right? But the majority of people didn't know who these guys were unless you were into basketball like us. Like I said, man, one of my favorite basketball players, I always thought he was underrated. He got his props, of course, but only from the people that knew basketball. But Bernard King, and that dude is straight off the street ball, and he went into he had this swagger about him. I always felt he never got his props, right? And this is why I say it's kind of like that right now happening in the WNBA. And I feel for them, man. I remember the women's Olympic team, dude. I was watching them. I even followed the NBA early, WNBA early, right? Because I just love basketball, dude. I'll watch any basketball. I'll watch college, watch professional, watch girls basketball. I was watching international basketball, dude. Wherever basketball is, dude, I'd be hanging out watching basketball. That's just the way I was. I just love basketball. Sometimes I think I should have been a coach, but because I just love it, just everything about it. And but granted, I fell off and stuff like that. But then again, this is why when I got caught up in all their hype, man, and I'm saying, like you said, dude, the '80s was such a great time to grow up in, and NBA, dude, we saw it because I believe, dude, they were going bankrupt. In fact, I started collecting basketball cards, and Fleer at the time, dude, they had a basketball set. They're the only ones that made basketball cards because you had your football and your baseball cards. So I didn't really collect baseball cards. I mostly collected football cards, and then I was hardcore into basketball, but it wasn't that big of a market. But Flair had a set, and I missed that set by 1 year. And the set I'm talking about is kind of like the holy grail of basketball cards, which was that '84 class. And I missed that by 1 year because I started collecting the year after. Because in that '84 class, dude, this is when you got you have Jordan's rookie card, Barkley's rookie card, Karl Malone, right? Who was it? Chris Mullin. I think Clyde Drexler. Like there was a whole bunch of guys that came into the league at that time, and of course, the league blossomed and bloomed. And one of the cool things about it, I don't remember there was no expansion teams and stuff like that. But what would happen is, dude, like you could watch multiple games. It wasn't just about watching LA and Boston, even though they were the two big ones. And then Detroit came up, right? You remember that? But what was happening is I would actually tune in to watch Cleveland, which is ironic because I hate the Browns, but back then. And so but then you like, oh look, dude, they have a good team. They have Mark Price, Craig Elo, Brad Daugherty, Larry Nance, right? And that's what started happening with the NBA, dude. A lot of these teams started, like I said, and the main thing about that is that it took, like, to me, in my opinion, Magic and Bird coming into the league for it to start opening up to a general audience, right? And then from that general audience, man, then when Jordan came in, dude, Jordan just took it to the next level, dude. And look, I love Dr. J. I used to watch Dr. J play. Actually, because my dad then would watch sports. I grew up, dude. There's only 3, 4 channels, and every time there was sports on, dude, we was always watching Wide World of Sports, right? And I remember watching Dr. J, bro, and dude. In fact, Dr. J's in this movie called The Fish and the Something, and he's on a fictional basketball team in Pittsburgh called the Pythons. And I was like, dude, if they had a basketball team, I'd probably be a fan because all my other favorite sports teams are from Pittsburgh. So it'd be kind of cool if the Pythons actually existed, if they expanded. Dude, if I was Bill Gates rich, I'd actually see if I could do that, pick an expansion team over there, and then name them the Pythons. I think that'd be cool. But that's how hardcore I was into it, man. But we were able to experience that in the '80s. '80s was such a good time for us, brother, right? Oh, so Toolman says, watching Michael Jordan, Magic, Bird, Kareem, Drexler, etc. back in the day, live on TV is unmatched. Yeah, dude. And in fact, you remember, right? They started expanding. Then what was it? TBS? Oh no, was it? Well, I was living on the East Coast, so then I got to see the Hawks more, Atlanta Hawks, because Ted Turner he owned TBS at the time, and that's why I hate the Braves so much. Because the Braves is always giving beating the Pirates actually, but. That's why you got that's why I was able to watch the wrestling and stuff like that. But they had the Falcons and the Hawks, right? But I remember the Hawks games and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff was regional, and people don't have the package that they had now. So I feel kind of bad. I am going to subscribe to the WNBA just because I do want to, like I said, I do want to see what's really going on, and I want to comment on it because I think it's just an exciting time, dude. That class that they drafted this year, to me, was amazing. It reminded me, okay, let me be careful here. I'm not saying that these guys are of that caliber, but what I am saying of the '80s explosion or the rookie class then. But what I am saying is it's something that when I look across the board, dude, these players, they're getting to a level now where these players are they're either going to contribute off the shot, or they're gonna develop into on a level where some of the WNBA players now are at, and it took them a little while to get there, right? And then of course the Liberty has this girl that I gotta go check her out. This is another thing, bro. I feel like I'm going back in time because what I did was I just didn't like watch it, dude. I actually looked at the stats, watched film, and all this kind of stuff because I play basketball too, right? So I always wanted to be Karl Malone, bro. Either Charles Barkley, but then when Karl Malone hit the scene, dude, at that time I was like, dude, I wanted to be because he was like that, dude. He was the mailman, bro. He was huge, and I was like, dude, I wish I was like him. So he was the dude that I wanted. I played like that. I wanted to play. I kind of played like him, or tried to play like him. Him and Charles Barkley. Let's see, baby. The Pistons and Celtics will beat the crap out of the Bulls, especially Jordan and Scottie. Yeah, dude. And it's funny, right? I remember during that time, dude. Like you remember, the Celtics were all right, so it was hard for these teams to get over them and stuff like that. But especially when LA, but when LA finally did, and they started winning championships and stuff like that, and then Detroit started coming up, and they got their championships. And then the Bulls, right? The Bulls, they just couldn't get over that hill, and then finally, boom, it just happened one year, and bam, dude, they dominated. In fact, the rumor was right that the NBA commissioner was like, "We have to break this team up because they were too good, right? Because they had like I remember, dude, because they had Orlando Woolridge, dude, and I loved Orlando Woolridge, but they traded him away, so they ended up their team was what Michael Jordan because they had to put a team around Jordan, right? So Scottie Pippen finally, he wasn't there yet, and then one year, dude, it just kicked in. Then you had Bill Cartwright, Paxson, um, who's my other boy, dude? I can't think of it. Horace Grant, dude. I love Horace Grant. Um, and then they got this team together, man, that was finally able to get them over that hump. And then they just took it to the next level where they were the team to beat. Or not just the team to beat, man. They were the dominant team, right? They was very physical with them when they came back on the yeah, dude. It was crazy back then, dude. I remember, man. I hated Bill Laimbeer. I hated that dude. But going back and looking at all those times, man, I miss those days. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Rick Mahorn, dude, the Bad Boys, right? Boston, dude, like you hear all the stories people telling now about Bird. I guess the statute of limitations talking about Larry Bird is up, man, because these dudes are coming out with all these stories. But if you watched NBA, you knew that dude was a competitive dude, man. That dude was a trash talker, right? So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, and this is why I taking it back to the WNBA. This is what you're seeing now, dude. This is why there are people that are not familiar with basketball, the history of basketball, or watched, and even I put myself in there, especially when it comes to the WNBA. But I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up on all this stuff, dude. That's how excited I am about this. All right, but what it is that a lot of people look at that and they think it's not, it's why are you talking, why are you saying this, why are you saying that? That is how it was, man. And out of that competition, and actually out of that hate, man, because these people did not like each other. That's what I miss about the football and basketball that we grew up with, man. Like people did these guys didn't have dinner with each other. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they didn't like each other. Right? And I miss those times, and I'm seeing it a little bit in the WNBA. Dude, this girl's coming in, man. She is the crown queen to come in and save the WNBA and all this. That people might be getting a little bit more euphoric than they should and stuff like that. But she's coming in, man, and these veterans are like, all right, big time. We see what you got. And then I want to watch that Liberty. I wish I would have saw that Liberty game, man, because they double teamed her, right? They shook her up, right? They were trying to take her out, and then the two veterans on there that are two of the best in the league, man, they showed up and played. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, dude. That Caitlin will bring them in, man. But that when people start realizing that these people, there's other people in there that have the skills, right? And I'm not saying people only play. Dude, I'm a huge fan of her, dude. I mean, I don't have a team per se. I would say I go with the Sparks since I'm a Laker fan. But I'm behind. I'm a little bit behind the eight ball here. I'm not sure, dude. That's why I gotta educate myself. But I definitely appreciate her bringing me in, dude. I love her. I love her style of play. It's like watching Curry, man. She just brings that level, right? But then, dude, these guys. It was like in his last games because I watched a lot of these clips that people were showing, and a lot of them were kind of long. But I mean, dude, these girls was waiting for her, dude. They was ready to eat her lunch. That's all I'm gonna say, dude. And I love that. Dude. It's like what Detroit did to Michael, man. Michael, if he come in there, as I got, the air, he's the heir apparent, right? He's the prince. He's gonna be the upcoming. He's gonna be the king of the kingdom. And bro, the Pistons did not care. The Pistons were like, oh yeah, that's it. You think, all right? You think you ought to come up in here, dude? They created the Jordan's rules for that, dude. That's basically what I saw from the clips, man, for Caitlin. It's basically like the Caitlyn rules. They were like, oh yeah, we're gonna show you what's up, and the way that they did it, again, limited from what I saw, but not only was it calculated, but they knew how to get like push the buttons, right? And the thing I wanted to kind of see from Caitlyn was her to recognize that and step it up. But of course, there's a lot of stuff that got exposed with the Fever last night, dude. As far as the overall team, I mean, I think she's going to need to. The team's going to have to rally around her. I don't know the level of all the players on the team. They could be good, they could be bad. Again, I don't know a lot about the WNBA. I'm definitely going to look into that. Like maybe they have, but they're gonna. And she did things in the game that was because they didn't want her to shoot, dude. Because the thing about somebody like Caitlin Clark, dude, when you see her light this stuff up, dude, it just, dude, that just gets the energy going, man. And that momentum shift, dude, is real. And so they made it a point not to let her do. They're double teaming her, frustrating her, right? I know there's some drama going on with her, the coach, dude. And people are kind of like, oh no, this is bad. I'm like, dude, this is not bad, dude. This is the way. We need to get back to that, bro. We need to get back to these kind of things, dude. Probably won't be able to make it tonight unless. Oh, hey, Unlimited Productions. Yeah, sorry. Let me introduce you correctly, brother. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back, man. I'm kind of losing myself because I'm all excited about that. Can you believe it? WNBA basketball. 250. Barkley was a heck of a player, man. When he was younger, dude, he was reckless, dude. He was fearless, man. I mean, the way he moved. Remember what they called him, the mound round of rebound. Sir Charles, that dude was. That dude was, size and power. Size, power, speed, and quickness, man. For a guy that big, that's why when he came into the league, dude, it totally revolutionized that position, man. That small forward, right? Because people weren't used to that, right? And he came in and he did, and that's what I'll say about the 84-85 team. And then the guys that came in the years after, dude, it revolutionized the NBA. Like you kind of see, that's what I kind of see with the NFL. That happened in the NFL as well, man. They started getting more popular, started spreading out, more people start playing it, and then you pull from a wider pool of people, and then when you start doing that, man, it makes your product better, in my opinion. And we'll get our way from all the politics and all the drama. I'm going to touch on that stuff, but I mean, just as it is as a sport, and as the athletes who occupy that space, dude, I will say, dude, it's a good time. It's a good time, man. Bigger, stronger, faster. Sorry, Unlimited. Probably won't be able to make it tonight unless you do an extremely long show. I will catch the replay. Nice to hear some basketball talk. Yeah, brother. I know it's outside the norm for me, man. It's just that I got caught up in all the hype for Caitlin Clark. And I don't mean that in a bad way, dude. I loved every minute of it, dude. I love seeing that. Dude, my favorite movie is Rocky. One of my favorite movies all the time is Rocky. Dude, I love that stuff. Right? Seeing her go in and she can play. She can play at that level. She's just gonna have to make some adjustments, man. And I think the team's gonna have to make some adjustments, man. She won't be able to carry the team. And as a rookie, you shouldn't be asking her to. Right? There's some stuff that they should be doing with her. I know the league is definitely on point with it, man. You saw what they did, dude. They finally, if you guys didn't know, man, these players used to fly commercial, man. And some of these girls is tall, man. Don't get it twisted, man. These some tall girls, right? And I felt, I always felt bad about that. But this is the first year they moved it up by a year, man. But they're chartering fights for these girls, right? Because you have somebody like Caitlin Clark. I guess what happened was she was getting on a commercial flight, and then somebody was kind of like following her, and they're a little bit worried about her safety. Again, some people are mad at that because it seems to be the focus that is all Caitlin. Hey, dude, just hitch your wagon to that star and just ride it, man. Just do it, okay? Just that's how it is. That dude, the league expanded off of Jordan, man. That's the reality of it, dude. There's a business to this, guys. Let's not just hate for the sake of hating. I can understand the principle of it, right? But at the end of the day, man, she's gonna put more eyes. Now I'm looking at. I didn't even know about the other star player on the Liberty. I heard about the other girl, but in all honesty, man, never really paid attention to it that much. And now here I am talking about it on this podcast. And normally we talk about pop culture as far as it goes with games and comics and how Disney sucks, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But yeah, I was hoping. Who would have been good, man, if Zink was here, dude. Zink could probably talk a lot about it as well, man. I know he's a baller too. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm gonna get that pass, man. I'm gonna start tuning into it. My nieces played basketball, both of them. I have big aspirations for them to go to the next level. One of my nieces didn't. The other two did, and now there's only one that's playing at the college level, and she's pretty good, man. So hopefully, she sticks with it, and then maybe we can see her when they get drafted, man. She got skills. She needs to be a little bit more aggressive. She needs to be a little more selfish when it comes to the ball handling and stuff like that. But she's definitely got she can handle the ball. She can handle the rock, dude. She got the passing down. She got her spacing down, right? She can penetrate. She can do all that stuff, right? And so what I'm hoping is that she does make it to the next level because the my other niece didn't go, and she had, we used to call her KD because that's her first name and last name is KD, but we used to call her KD because Kevin Durant was her favorite player. Yeah, she could ball too, man. Anyway, I'm not gonna put bore you guys too much with details and stuff like that. It didn't work out, but I have one more. Man, and maybe one day, dude, I'll be watching her in the WNBA. So yeah, we get that league pass, and then I'll do some commentary on it. Probably separate videos as well. But if some of the dudes want to talk about it, in the big name stuff, we'll bring it in here. And then also I'll start covering other stuff, man. I want to cover wrestling because I think wrestling is back in form, right? Wrestling's back in form, so that's what I'm going to be looking at as well. And UFC, I always watch UFC and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I want to bring to the table. We can talk about other stuff, whatever everybody wants to talk about, dude. What I will do is it's a half an hour. I've been talking about this topic, so we'll move on. I'll try and make it a little bit more structured, right? Because there are topics that I want to discuss. Hold on, guys. Let me go back to my channel, man, so I can see everything. Hold on. We'll switch it up. One second. Catch up with the chat. Toolman, hey, Unlimited. Toolman says, "What's up?" Second, man. I'll be there, brother. I'll be there after work. Yeah, brother. I don't know how long the podcast is gonna go on, man. But if I'm here, I already sent you the link on Instagram, so just jump in. If the other guys jump in, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be on here for a while, dude, because the stuff that we have to talk about, man. I want to talk about everything that's going on with DEI and Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Japan. We can talk about that. We can talk about all the good news or what's happening with Xbox right now, man, because we went through the last 2-3 weeks, man, of just everybody crapping on it, people leaving, all the drama that was going on with Xbox, and then lo and behold, this week swings around and a couple of announcements is made, and then everybody's like, either coming back to the fold or people are excited again. People talking about the games on Game Pass, which is always amazing, dude. This is why we shouldn't stress as Xbox guys. You guys should know this by now, right? You shouldn't be stressing because, this stuff happens in cycles, like I said a little bit earlier in the podcast. Right, so when there's always that people dumping on it, and I'll be honest with you though, the media went all in. The gaming media went all in, dude. A lot of these guys, some of these Xbox went Ponybot, and then it was tough, right? It was tough, dude. You're just getting it from all directions, man. Influencers jumped on the bandwagon, right? Because it was the soup du jour, right? The soup of the day, right? To crap on Xbox. Right. And you can tell the problem I have with influencers, I don't care about people covering, that's and having channels and all that stuff. But what it is all you have to do is listen to a couple seconds, and there's talking points that they put out there, and there's commentaries all the same. Right. This is why I listen to somebody like King David. King David gives you his perspective, and he can give you his perspective when it comes to stuff Xbox. It's because he's in the ecosystem. He has an Xbox. That's his console of choice, and he loves playing it. And you can tell, man, just from his commentary. That's how you can tell the real people from the fake people. Or our crew of brothers in here, how we talk about stuff when it comes to Xbox. It's not just us, being bots, right, and stuff like that. We take that as a badge of honor, man, because we know where it's coming from, and it doesn't offend us because we're not sensitive in that type of way, right? And then we own the systems. We own tons of games. We play our games, right? We participate in the ecosystem. Right, we do all of that stuff. So for us, it's not whatever. Like when I look at that kind of stuff, whatever you can tell me, just off the bat, dude, I know you just repeating talking points, right? Or that you just hate Microsoft or you hate Xbox, right? None of this has to do with your love of Xbox, your love of gaming, any of that kind of stuff. The fact that you come over there and you tell me something like Game Pass is a waste of money, that makes absolutely no sense to me. So man says, "What's up, Sega Man?" Fireballs. Yo, bro, I sent you the link, bro. Yep, can't jump. Oh, can't jump in the show. Okay. I thought you said you're going to do it later tonight. I'm just kind of glancing. Yeah, no worries, bro. No worries, man. But this is what I'll do from now on, dude. Regardless of if it's this show or if it's the Breaking Crew, I'll just send you the link, man. It'd be cool if you could have came in now, dude, because you know when this lobby gets full, man, we had a hard time getting our bars off and stuff like that. But we do what we do. But yeah, brother, no worries, no worries. Wow, this might be a faster podcast than I think. You might not have a marathon tonight, fellas, because I'm just zipping through these topics. I'll be zipping through these topics. But yeah, Sega Man, dude, if you're there, dude, definitely jump in, man. Jump in. Please do. Let me see, guys. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we can switch off from the WNBA. But I ain't gonna lie, dude. I know they got some games, so I'm probably gonna subscribe this weekend, and then try and catch up, dude, because it's good times, man. Good times. So the next thing we're gonna talk about, dude, we'll just go right into the Xbox news. Again, like I was saying earlier, dude, it amazes me, all the hate that Xbox gets, right? Unwarranted, in my opinion. I'm just being gonna be honest with you guys. The majority of it, man, I'd say like 90% of it is unwarranted. 10% is warranted because that 10% is stuff that me, my brother, like Sega Forever. I mean, my brother Sega Man, my brother Ebot, the world's most powerful gamer. Guys like us, dude. There's issues that we do have with Xbox. That's and that's stuff that we talk about, right, amongst ourselves. Something we would like to talk about in these podcasts. But the way the 24-hour news cycle is when it comes to gaming, right, dude, Xbox is always in somebody's mouth. Microsoft is always in some videos, quote unquote, video game journalist's mouth, right? You can't escape it, dude. It's 24/7, right? Whether it be good or bad. But as we all know, the majority of it is always bad, right? Because that's what gets the clicks, and that's what gets the attention, dude. This is what they always look at because this is what keeps them, sustainable, man. Like just for example, guys, I think I said this on a previous podcast. For Kotaku, one of the reasons they're doing this, dude, because they're 1 foot in the grave, dude. I'd be surprised if they last a year. For a lot of these publications and stuff like that online, dude, are just hemorrhaging money, right? And then at the end of the last thing we'll close with is DEI, because this is where all this DEI stuff is coming in, right? Because before these guys, this is why, and they liked it because they believe in that stuff, right? And so they were getting venture capitalist money. They were getting money from these corporations. That's what's coming out now. Again, we'll touch about that more in detail when we talk about the last or the Valhalla, or no, what is it? Assassin's Creed. Their new game coming out, right? Um, Man, I wish the other guys was here, because I know across the board we don't all agree on Assassin's Creed Japan, the Japan or Japanese one that's coming up pretty soon this year, right? Because I've heard my brothers talk about this on their own podcast, commentary on Twitter and stuff like that, or X, and not all of us agree on this topic. So it'd have been a great lively debate, in my opinion. But when it comes to Xbox, right? Again, I'm gonna tell you guys, man, when things look the darkest, man, just wait, right? Don't get caught up in the emotion of it, right? I know it's hard sometimes, right? Because Microsoft doesn't help us. Microsoft doesn't help their own cause as well. I'm aware of that, right? They don't squash these narratives, right? They don't understand the perception. I also understand that they're a big corporation. They don't get into the weeds of the kind of stuff. This is on a whole nother level, especially now that Microsoft's involved, right? You can't be having console war, flame wars, right? Like how people nuked Phil Spencer's town or camp in Fallout 76, right? And it was all over social media. And there's some Xbox guys who are haters now that were sharing that right on social media, having a good time, having a good chuckle. I said, dude, you guys know I'm petty. I said, dude, I would have no qualms about going in there, dude, and nuking their stuff. I would go as far as to nuke their account, right? But this is why I'm here on a podcast on a Friday night instead of running the show over at Xbox and Microsoft. Okay, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, it's hard, right? And I understand that it's hard, dude. It takes a special type of Xbox guy to weather this storm. And as you can tell, over the last couple of years, man, we've lost a lot of good men, right? A lot of good women, right? We've lost a lot of good people, right? Because they just couldn't handle it. And I'm not saying that, look, dude, it is what it is, man. It's hard. It's just lucky for me, dude. I actually go the opposite way. When stuff like this happens, I double down, I triple down, I quadruple down. Right? I try, and since I try and use a little bit of reason, common sense, right? You know, and look at things as clearly as possible, right? I don't get caught up in all the emotion of it. In fact, when things start getting emotional, I start even focusing a little bit harder on the topic at hand, especially trying to dissect it with reason. Right? And one of the things I saw when everybody's losing their mind is that nobody knows what's going on with Microsoft. Not even there's people. I said that in the podcast the other day, right? Even people at even people at Xbox and Microsoft don't know what's going on, right? These are things that are done at a higher level than even them. This is why I don't buy into all the insider stuff, man. You can hear a lot of stuff, right? I'm not saying that like Tim Dog's not hearing stuff from people. What I'm saying is I don't think those people are just hearing stuff. It's just hearsay and rumors, or it could be something. Oops, sorry, guys. I lost my picture. I hope I didn't lose my connection. Okay, here we go. Now it could be something. What's going on? Hold on, guys. There we go. Now it could be something that was discussed, right? We can sit here as well and just sit here and kind of dissect it ourselves and then come up with our own opinions. That's what we actually do on this podcast. The difference between mine and most other people's, mine and at least the people in our group, apart from other people in the gaming, in this gaming culture, is we kind of do it from a point of actually liking our console and our system, right? That's why some of these guys will sit there and say that we're bots. Some of these sites say that we're shills for the corporation and stuff like that, when technically most of the ones saying that, it's always projection, right? They're the ones that are actually shills, right? Because when it comes to stuff that we don't like, we let Microsoft know, right? You've heard me talk glowingly about Phil, then there's things that Phil does that I do not like, or Xbox does that I don't like, right? Again, the 4 games that they took over, right? But I also say overall, man, if with that aside, 90% of my enjoyment is still with Xbox. I'm still high on the product. I'm still high on the ecosystem. I've never doubted Game Pass ever, dude. And one of the reasons why I don't is because it is emotional for a lot of these guys, where people are haters and want Microsoft and Game Pass to fail. There's people that want Game Pass to fail because they're console worn, and most of them are Sony ponies. Right? There's some people sitting there thinking about it in financial and economic terms, but you can tell by the way they speak about it, right? They're not really connected to the culture of the gaming, but they don't. But that's not their thing, dude. They're doing the analytics. They're running the numbers, right? They're trying to figure it out in that sense. I respect that. I have no problem with that, right? But there's people out there that actually hate Xbox and they want Game Pass to fail. And these guys call themselves gamers. That's not how it's supposed to be, right? Game Pass is a service first and foremost that a lot of gamers would have killed for back in the day. Right? Especially when I was coming up, dude, you can have all these games at your fingertips, and you only have to pay one small price. Oh, and if I still want the game, I can buy it. Dude, you can't touch that, dude. This is not. This is how you know these guys are fake and they're not gamers. Now, I know some people throw some throw it back at me, throw some stones back at me, right? Because I talk about Sony, but I give my reasonings for why I have feelings with Sony the way it does, right? But one of the reason thing is just that Sony they've just been around for too long. They need to go there. They're not doing anything but holding us back, and that is a legitimate complaint, right? So it's not all just about emotional with me either, dude. Trust me, guys. I think about this stuff. Right? I try and I know I'm not the most articulate guy when it comes to these videos and stuff like that. I could do better on the production, definitely, and all that kind of stuff. But I think about stuff before I say it. That's my main thing, right? This is why I don't get caught up in the moment all the time. It's never good to do that, guys. It's never good to do based stuff on emotion. Toolman55, do you think that a majority of gaming news about Microsoft, Xbox, sorry, Toolman55, sorry, brother. Do you think that a majority of gaming news about Microsoft/Xbox coming from a perception-based understanding and not really understanding how the game industry actually works? I think that's, good point, Toolman. Yes, right. But it's also coming from I hate Microsoft and Xbox point of view as well, right? Now the perception thing, this is what I talked about. This is what I mean when Microsoft doesn't help themselves as well, because they don't address it in that way, right? I know a lot of times when you listen to Phil speak, right, he tries to give himself some wiggle room, right, when he talks about certain topics. For me, I just wish they would come out and spit it out. But again, everything's fluid, as you can tell with Microsoft, right? So this is why 1 minute everybody's ready to turn in or sell their Xbox back, get rid of all the games. Some people cancel Game Pass, and you're supposed to be gamers, but they're going to cancel Game Pass. Fine, whatever. Right? They go to that extent and that level, right? Because Microsoft doesn't really tell us everything, and all it's left is to a gaming media that's hostile towards Microsoft and Xbox and Game Pass, right? And also a fan base on the Sony side that is hostile towards the product that we love, the console that we play, the games that we love, right? That's all it is at the end of the day, right? So this is why you have a lot of these guys losing their minds, and then it's a constant thing, dude. It's not just like once every month or 2 months or 3 months, right? Like, for what, 2023, 2022, 2023, Microsoft just had this really good run of just positivity when it came to the Xbox, right? But every time that happens, because they went months, dude, and it was good. Then maybe one little thing happened, but then that got quashed right away, right? Because everybody was enjoying the product, was happy of what they were getting. But all it takes is just that one opening, and then these guys go all in. And you saw that, dude, with the closing of the 4 studios from Bethesda, right? Now, again, we all know, bro, that if we looked at this honestly, right, there's closings going on everywhere, not just in video gaming. And I'm repeating myself because I talk about this on the podcast multiple times, but just want to bring this back up just for, just to drop some knowledge. But a lot of these industries are suffering right now. A lot of companies are losing people are either shuttering or they're cutting back. The budgets are being cut, right? So positions are being cut. People are getting let go. People are getting laid off. People are getting less working hours. People are going on part-time schedules, right? People just trying to keep enough hours on their schedule so they can keep their insurance, right? In some jobs. All of this stuff is happening in real time. And this is the reality of what's going on in the economy. Then you have a gaming media that sits here and says, "Oh, Game Pass is dead because Microsoft has hit a wall when it comes to subscriptions." Right? Everybody's hit a wall, dude. This is what pisses me off about, because it just takes a couple clicks for these people to understand. Now I know politics plays a little bit of it, how you lean either one way or the other, and how you look at the economy. But overall, dude, if you are just a normal person that has to buy your own groceries and pay your own bills and stuff like that, you know what's going on. Right, so at some point, dude, all this other stuff, movies, TV, right, they're a great escape, and some people want to escape into that stuff. But the majority of the people, brother, is right now, we know, man, they hustling, right? But good question, dude. Yes, I think it is. It is perception based, dude. But there's a lot of hate and stuff like that, and people just don't want to. Honestly, people don't want to know the truth, dude. That's what it all boils down to. Again, this is why I say Microsoft should go with the nuclear option. Right, for the sake of just protecting themselves first, and then move out and dominate. I know that's what people don't want to hear. I'm just being honest, man. I'm always 100 with you guys, man. I share my thoughts, dude, because some of the stuff they want to do, man. You're not going to be able to count on the gaming media, and you're not going to be able to count on the on the so-called quote unquote gamers that occupy other systems, whether it's Nintendo or PlayStation, and those guys are specific to that brand, right? So what you're hoping to bring is the normies, but if you just nuke everything and start building from the ground up, then you won't have that problem. You don't have to worry about bias stuff. In fact, I'm just waiting for the day that all this gaming media basically goes AI, because that's all they're worth anymore. People was telling me that's harsh, man. AI is a real threat. I'm like, look, I'm being kind of facetious, but at the same time, I'm not, because my point behind saying that is that the gaming media is so bad that I'd rather have AI do it and have AI manipulated and give me false stuff, because I'll be able to discern that myself. With the gaming media, dude, it's a constant 24/7 drive, and at least with AI and stuff like that, dude, that stuff will it'll be a little bit more in tune with the market. I just put it to you. Invader Gaming, what's up, brother? It's been a long time, man. What's up, everyone? Just celebrating Invader. We're just celebrating the great week that is Xbox. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's saying that the sale price for Xboxes on Amazon is like is it up 80% or 800%? It's making people notice, and this is the way I look at it. Guys like us, we would know this kind of stuff just because we're, like I said, we're tuned into the Xbox side. But it's when like the haters and other people bring me the news that I love the best, right? Because if they're bringing it to me, man, there's no bias there, dude. And of course, they're attacking it and stuff like that, and they hate Xbox and all, or the numbers are false and stuff like that. Even though these are the guys claiming that they sold 59. Unlimited said that the article came out that these guys sold 59 million units of PS5, and I'm like, dude, how is that even possible? But nobody's been buying. Everybody took a hit on console sales. Again, nobody's buying anything, dude. There's people boycotting fast food right now, dude. It's funny. You guys should do the search of on fast food and what's going on with fast food right now. Like I said in a previous video, the cojones that McDonald's has to stare me in the face and want to charge me $18 for a combo meal. I was like, dude, I'll take that challenge. And you ain't gonna win, dude. I will walk away, dude. That is absolutely ridiculous. I look at that price. I'm like, man, do you guys know who you guys are? You guys are McDonald's, dude. You guys are not like you are McDonald's, dude. You're a fast food restaurant, dude. People come to you for affordability and quickness. You try to sit there and pretend like you're some kind of restaurant now. No, no, no. We ain't having it, dude. We taking that back. Yeah, Invader. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, guys, what happens with Xbox moving forward. I mean, for me, it's all upside. I'm not gonna lie, it's all upside. There is no downside right now. Right? And then honestly, there never was. Like again, I did get in my feelings about the 4 games, but again, I explained that why. Dude, they shouldn't have brought the games over there. They should destroy Sony. Right? And then people don't have a choice but to come to your console. And I know everybody says, "Oh, I'll just buy a PC." Then, well, fine, because Microsoft is there too. Right? Now, the other interesting thing that was, I forgot who put it up there. I know it was one of the brothers, man. I want to say it's Unlimited. My mistake, dude. I don't want to misname anybody, right? Because I do feel giving credit where credit is due because I did not know about this. But Sony's going to actually have a conference, but it's going to be a business conference. Right? Now, I touched on this earlier when Microsoft had their business meeting, whatever, their business plan thing, where they wanted to show people the direction they were going, and then that's where they finally officially talked about Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves. What was the other? Pentiment? I forgot what that. Grounded. Going over to the PlayStation side. Now, back then when I saw that, my natural inclination was to say, well, I expect Nintendo to have a direct and Sony to have a business plan. And I expect that they would bring some of their games over to Xbox, right? Nintendo had some type of show, but nothing of that was said. And so I kind of moved on from that. But lo and behold, now Sony is announcing that they're going to have a showcase of a business like along the same lines that Microsoft did. Now, what exactly it is, I have no idea. I didn't dig that deep into it, right? What I'm saying is that kind of piques my interest because what I talked about before in our previous videos, where I was discussing that, it's like a tit for tat, a 1-for-1, right? A lot of these guys, as you can see, all the numbers came out recently. That's another thing that happened. I believe it was this week, right, where the financials starting to come out for the gaming industry, specifically Sony. And even Nintendo is being affected, right? So that with that happening and then this announcement being made, I'm kind of leaning back towards that to see if we are going to be getting games, maybe not directly on the Xbox, but maybe if you have PC Game Pass, maybe Sony will do that, right? Because everything is fluid right now, guys, right? Everybody is just trying to find a way to, number one, and first and foremost, not to lose profit, not to lose growth. That's a plus. But but also not to just stay stagnant. They're trying to find a lot of different ways. This is where you hear rumors of them putting advertisement in games or running commercials, which would be ridiculous, right? Maybe they do a commercial, like maybe when you first come on put your Game Pass and it loads, and then it loads with a commercial. I wouldn't recommend them doing that as of yet. Maybe wait till they have a bigger subscription base so that people get used to it. And I know a lot of you guys will be like, "Oh, dude, that's greedy. That's this and that. That's just business, guys." A lot of you guys understand this from Netflix. Look at Netflix, right? How people complain every year when they started raising, they kept on raising, right? But there's a reason why Netflix is where there is for certain specific reasons. But it's because people like the content. I know I do, so I'm willing to pay. I pay over $20 for that subscription service because I have my 4K TV and stuff like that with ultra high definition and everything. And I get the ultra high definition streaming. Right, I upgraded my streaming, my Wi-Fi, all that stuff. Right, so that's why I love watching anime on Crunchyroll, dude. I stream it, and then the stream is super fast. Right, so then it picks up, and then you get the highest quality watching those shows. And those shows are just HD on the TV that I have. Then when I factor in Netflix and they have all the 4K, then it's a win-win, man. Especially since I watch a lot of content from Korea. Korea is killing it right now in both their storytelling. Their industry and their tech, man. Their presentation is off the charts with a lot of their stuff, right? You can tell that they put a lot of time and effort into it, right? They want to show the best product possible. That kind of stuff I know is important to the culture there, right? Of having a certain image, highest fidelity possible, all that stuff, right? And then hopefully, man, that'll translate into the gaming aspect. This is again why I would love to see Microsoft start going more hardcore into Asia, right? I know China's kind of off the books, right, because of everything going on over there. But South Korea, man, they have some people coming up right now. That is just, to me, I would like to for them to get ahead of it. Microsoft is good at doing that, but they're also bad because they miss a lot of stuff as well. Um, but I mean, given everything that they're doing, like I said, the news that we received this week has been awesome. I mean, for me, it was incredible, right? Because this is the kind of stuff that I've been looking forward to, right? If you guys didn't know, Microsoft's, like I said this a couple podcasts ago, I've been really impressed with the way that they're using Xbox Wire on social media. And if you guys didn't know, if you're Xbox guys, you guys should be subscribed to Xbox Wire, okay? Or at least be checking them out, like bookmark them or whatever, right? Because this is the Microsoft's official stuff when it comes to gaming news, man. And we should be supporting that over all these other gaming companies, man, because they deal with they'll deal first and foremost with the product. As a consumer and as a fan, dude, they got you all covered, man. And they do a good job, man. The presentation they have on either the videos, a lot of the stuff that they put together, the articles that they write, you're gonna get the straight dope from that. And if you guys aren't, man, I don't know what's you guys got to get on board with that. I'm telling you, man, it's at this point, if you're an Xbox guy, I think it's required. Right? It's a required it's required reading. And Microsoft is pushing more stuff using Xbox Wire, right? I mean, just announcements and stuff like that as well. And then earlier today, I saw, right, what Xbox is doing. They're starting to do like little snippets, behind the scenes stuff, right? Uh, Senua's Sacrifice is coming out too. Hubbley 2 is coming out, right? Next week? Right? And there's a special featurette behind the scenes that they put out. That I'm definitely going to check out probably tonight. They also got the video newsletter that releases every Friday night, right? You got that to watch. And then I think I forgot his name. I think his name is Malik Prince, right? He's one of the media media guys with Xbox, right? That you see him on the podcast and stuff like that. And he actually went to Iceland. I think that's where Senua's Hellblade 2 is taking place, right? That's where they shot it. So he's on site, dude, talking about it. And, I haven't seen what it is, but it looks like he's going to talk about how Iceland plays a part into the overall of the game, and then do some spicy explore. Probably show like you would see behind the scenes when it comes to movies. Like if you love Lord of the Rings like I do, and then you're the type of person that got the extended edition and then watched all the behind the scenes stuff to get an idea of what the director was thinking, why they shot things a certain way, why some stuff was left out, all the behind the scenes stuff. Microsoft is starting to do that. And I love that because this is what I expected from them in 2013. This is another way of looking at it, because this is something that the all-in-one box is supposed to be. We're supposed to be getting all this kind of stuff. And if you guys remember, I believe the name of it, they had a documentary that launched from the jump, and it was called White Noise, if I'm not mistaken. It's about ET, right? So Microsoft did this whole thing. Larry Herb, probably Larry Herb was the one that probably produced it and stuff like that. But he was the narrator, dude, and he was running that documentary. And they talked about the ET cartridges, man. It's a great documentary, man. It took me back to the old days of G4, right? If you guys didn't know, man, Tina from G4, she works at Microsoft now. And I know they've been putting stuff out. I love Power On. I love that documentary, right? And so I'm looking forward to them doing more stuff like that, especially since they, it's not just Xbox right now, dude. It's the entity of Xbox. They are humongous. They're an entity within themselves. Dude, this is what I said 3 years ago when we were talking about E3. E3 was going away, and then we start talking about Microsoft, and then I was like, dude, Microsoft, what they could do in June, like I think June 9th, right, is around that time E3 was before. Microsoft could have an entire E3 weekend, like how E3 used to be before. They have so much studios, so much content. They're involved in so many more things now that they could technically be their own E3. That's how big they are. This is the weight of a $3 trillion company in Microsoft. Dude, this is what you get. Some stuff some of us don't like, right? I mean, if some of these rumors are true, I don't know, dude. Things are changing all the time, man. Like the truth starts coming out. Like I said, Microsoft doesn't talk about this, but there's little leaks happening. And you can tell that these leaks, there's an element of truth, unlike the other ones that are rumors, is because it fits into the narrative of what Microsoft is going to do. Again, why shut down 4 studios and Hi-Fi Rush? People was even asking this. Does it make sense to shut down Hi-Fi Rush? It's such a great game. Then Matt Booty goes and says, we need more games like that. Right? And then it comes out, right, as Unlimited and Hebot and all everybody's talking about, right, is that there's a Forbes article that came out that it was actually ZeniMax that was it ZeniMax, right? Was saying, this is something that you might need to step in for us, man, because we're spread thin. Right? And that is exactly the stuff that Microsoft and Phil does, dude. Phil hasn't said anything. Phil will do that, dude. Phil will come in because he looks at it for the greater good, right? For the industry, for the company, right? He doesn't want them to suffer. So that's probably why he took those games over there, bought the bullet, as Dale was saying, or bit the bullet on that, right? All this stuff going on. And here's Phil to fall on his sword. I told you guys I don't like that stuff, dude. I was like, Phil, don't fall on the sword. Use the sword. Don't fall on it. Use it. Start extracting some of these companies, Sony. Become the big dog, and then you don't have to worry about stuff. Run the industry, right? Then force the industry into your image, because you guys are doing that already. This is why we say on the Xbox side, they are the industry leader, man. They're constantly in everybody's mouth, right? They're constantly the focal point of the gaming media, even to the point of the regular media. Anything that happens, good or bad, in the gaming industry, Microsoft is involved in some or another, even when they're not, dude. This is why the people on the Xbox side for the last 2 weeks was joking when things weren't going good for the other for Sony and stuff like that. Was like, oh, it's Game Pass's fault, or a certain thing didn't happen. Oh, it's Game Pass's fault, right? Because that's the height of hypocrisy and how ludicrous the gaming community is right now. It's irritating to no end. I definitely do not like it. But what I do like is that Xbox is course correcting. I think they're looking at the vision that they have. I'm not saying they're going to go 100% with what they wanted to do. Like they did they're going to do concerts, right? Which I was all down for, because at the time, as you can see by my avatar, this group called Baby Metal was huge. And I was thinking to myself, man, if they can ink a deal with Baby Metal, right? Because they were huge viral. And the way that they went viral was nuts as well, dude. I mean, they could have found a way to hitch onto that. That's the kind of stuff I was expecting, or like how we have the Halo series now, which is awesome, and then we have Fallout. Right? There's rumors of Gears happening, right? So this is what happens again, man, when you have a company, right, that's going to cover every gamut of pop culture, and I think that's what Microsoft is heading towards. I think it's something they can do. There's definitely openings for them to do it because of the way their business is, the amount of money they have, the way they allocate resources, stuff that they're doing. Probably all the people running the numbers on this. For me, I'm coming at it from more of a fan, as a consumer, right? Definitely, because I want it to be healthy, because I put so much time, energy, and money into this ecosystem that I wanted to do well, right? I wanted to exceed expectations, right? Because it benefits me as well as the rest of you who are in this ecosystem. That's the way I look at it, right? And so I'm all on board, man. Let's take it back, and then you don't have to go. Like I said, you don't have to go take it all the way back, dude. You can just fine tune it, right? Just pick and choose what works, what doesn't work. I think what they put out this week with those 2 videos specifically, one for Sinua's Hellblade 2, and the other one, dude, I'm just trying to blank right now. Jeez, I'm old. For the things that I saw, that's what I want to see more of, dude. I mean, if you want to change the narrative, if you want to be the nice guy and change the narrative and change people's perception, right, you gotta come in from a different angles, right? I know this. I know my brother Hebot would say this as well. Brother Sega Man and stuff like that, because we OGs. E-Rock as well, man. E-Rock's been around the block when it comes to all of this kind of stuff. E-Rock used to write for OneUp.com, dude. That's how I found him. And he's also plugged into this kind of stuff, right? And we understand that we need Xbox and Microsoft to, by whatever means necessary, to change the narrative and change the perception. Whether you're going to bring the hammer down with them, that's what I would prefer. If not, at least death by 1,000 slices. If it looks like that's what they're doing. Unlimited had a program. If you guys didn't check it out, definitely go check it out. It was really, really, really well done. They had great topics. But Unlimited had a program, and in it they talked about what you're looking forward to the most for June 9th, which is good, man. It's a very positive topic to add. I wish I would have thought of that and put it in my thing. But the only reason I bring this up because when they were talking about what I'm looking forward to at the June show, everybody was across the board. For me, it's COD, and it's just not COD because I play COD or just the game of COD, right? I mean, even though there are some questions I have because this is supposed to be what Gulf War, COD. So I don't know how they're going to do that. When I look at the COD, and then of course the announcement of this is the Black Ops series, right? Of it actually going on Game Pass. I'm wondering, like, in what iteration it's going to be. Is it going to because they already have Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 3. I have that, right? So that's an all-encompassing game. To me, it's almost like its own ecosystem in and of itself. And there's some things I could see them doing to help to even make it even bigger and better. But when you go into Modern Warfare 3, it's like you're going into its own world, right? Like how you would in any MMORPG, right? They have different modes, they have different maps, they have different not maps, but different modes, right? They have all this stuff going on, man, and it's huge, right? And you can lose yourself just in that one game. Right? You hear people complaining about that now, but that's just the reality, dude. They have games with their own ecosystems that they want you to occupy, and they want your money, right? That's everybody's going to be doing that. Now, as you as a consumer, right, you're going to have to use the power of the consumer, right? If that bothers you, just remove yourself from it because the problem again you're having is not the greedy corporations; it's your fellow gamers. Because there's people that will just occupy that space. That's it. That's all they're there for. This is what's happening with PlayStation, man. These guys keep on telling me how many consoles they sold. Doesn't mean anything to me because if you have 59 consoles, except for 59 million supposed PS5s, dude, why don't you have at least? Why doesn't some of these big name games that you talk about, these AAA bangers you always talked about? Why, dude? At least I'll give you a pass, man. Maybe even 15 million, right? 15 million. Not even the full gamut, man. Just 15 million. Right. There's no 1-for-1, dude. This is like a 0.1 to 1. That's how bad it is, right? And then, all of this stuff with the AAA is falling apart, and then now everybody's jumping on Microsoft about that. Where's your AAA games? Well, luckily they didn't have it. Because you know what? You guys don't buy them. That's what came out with all of this. And the gaming media, again, man, they're trash. Bring on AI because the gaming media doesn't cover that. It takes somebody like me just to do some research. Look at on my channel, basically speaking into the wind, right? About this stuff, right? So it's not hard, guys. It's not hard. You do not need a degree in any type of this stuff to pin this stuff together, man. If you occupy, again, if you're into the culture of gaming, man, you know what's really going on. Right? And that's a lot of the guys in this group, in the chat, of course, man. Again, you guys, thanks for being here. Right, but that's the reality of it, man. I don't know what else to tell people. Right? But yeah, this is what I want to see. That's what I said on X. More of this, yes, more of this. Right? Because this is how you start to, if you're gonna go, right, the good guy route, and then you want people to choose to be on your side as opposed to just being forced on your side. Dude, it's all the same to me, right? Again, I have my preference, but if you're gonna do death by 1,000 cuts, do it. Be focused. Do it to the nth degree, right? Leave no rock unturned, man. If be where all, like you said, you want to be where all the gamers are. Well, in order to pull this stuff off and be successful, you gotta be where they are, and you gotta occupy all these spaces. If that's what you want to do, right? Why they came out? There was a release of there was a sweepstakes for an Overwatch console, and I think I want to say that they Overwatch teamed up with, I want to say Jaguar. It's one of those. It was, I don't think it was Jaguar, but it was one of the high-end cars manufacturers, right? And then it came up with a special select Diva Xbox One, right? And it looks amazing, dude. If it was on the shelf at GameStop, I'd be buying it. That's how great it looks, right? And so, like, if you want to reach people and you want people to buy your unit, right? Like people are doing it now, right? Because that's probably anticipation of Call of Duty coming. Imagine if you had on the shelf right now a special edition Call of Duty, or you don't have to do mass manufacture. At least give your fans the opportunity to buy it within the Xbox store. Maybe even go as far as to make the console, like I know they got the skins and stuff like that, but maybe go as far as to have like a 10,000 limited release special edition consoles, right? That people they're gonna buy it, guys. On the Xbox side, we are collectors as well. That's the most amazing thing I find. And then also to build out the peripherals, man, get some of these older games on there. Right, I'm looking forward to what Sarah is going to do with the backwards compatibility team. I think it stretches way beyond what people are expecting. I see a lot of upside in it. I think it's going to be game changing because there's also an announcement that Xbox's new. Shout out to King David. I saw it on his post. But the new Xbox will be 2026, which to me isn't ample enough time. When we play Hellblade 2 next week, we're going to see the true power of the X, and that'll kind of help us gauge. I mean, well, technically we don't, since Xbox came out and told us when they're going to put it out. But the next console, man, as Sarabon said, this is supposed to leaps and bounds above the current console generation. One of the things I'm looking at, since they created a backwards compatibility team, is how far they're going to take that. Because there's a lot of stuff on my 360 that's tied to my account as I am now, that I have now, because I've been on this since Xbox One, guys. Only thing, again, I lost my original gamer tag, which was Sega for life. And yes, that's a call out to NWO. That was back in that days, and so I changed it to Sega Forever, right? And so I'm not on that same level, but it would be nice to be able to take some of that stuff and bring it forward, especially some of the Avatar stuff. And that's another thing they need to work on Avatar. So there's so much things that I could see Microsoft doing if they're going to go down this route, man. I really want them to revive Skylanders. They need to bring back Guitar Hero, dude. If you want to be the console for the masses, which I assume you want to be, given the moves that you're making. Right, you see that they went after AKB. That was huge. They bought Bethesda. That's huge. Right, they're turning some of these things into service games. Right, and I'll push back on all you haters out there, dude. They don't make everything a service game, dude. They have ID at Xbox. They have Game Pass. They have single A, double A, triple A. They're gonna have quadruple A. They got everything you want, man. If you don't like something, just step away from it. But all I'm looking at is, dude, I want Microsoft to make their money. Right? I want them to make their money so they can be the masters of their own destiny. Right? Because if those rumors are true, why Microsoft shut the studios down now as the information has come out, I don't believe it as much, right? I don't believe it really. But what I'm saying is, why not give yourself that cushion? Dude, I guarantee you there are gonna be people that are buying the console so they can't play COD. I guarantee you this, dude, some of those guys, it might be like a small minority, but some of those guys are actually gonna flip in the sense of they're gonna be like, wow, Game Pass is awesome, and they'll subscribe. Because they'll start playing the games, man. Every time you hear the media, Game Pass is losing money, Game Pass is not making money, Game Pass makes no sense. Of course, none of these guys work at Microsoft, none of these guys know the figures and the numbers, right? And again, as guys that are in the ecosystem that use Game Pass, we see why it's successful. We see why it has over 40 million subscribers, if not more, right? We understand that I don't lose my mind over all these people that are saying how are these people getting paid out. We know how they do it, right? We know how Microsoft is making their money off of it, and they're saying it's profitable. But I think, I'll be honest, in my own personal opinion, I think they want it to be further along. I think they want it to be more profitable, right? I'm all for that as well, right? Because that gives them cushion, right? That gives them the ability to maybe to keep Hi-Fi Rush around, right? If those rumors are true, and again, like I said, I don't believe it is, but I'm just trying to make a point, right? If you have the cushion, right? If you have that security, dude, that does wonders for your company, right? And for your employees, especially when it comes to employees who have to be creative. Right? This is where you get those unique series, or you get those unique games, or they start thinking outside the box. You know what I'm saying? The indie scene is awesome and stuff like that, but there's always room for more, and that's something to me that Microsoft is more than adept to do, right? This is a no-brainer for them, dude. This is like a layup. Right? I just hope they're drowning out the people. I know that they listen to the media and they listen to. Not saying and like it just changes their mind and stuff like that, but I know it has some kind of sway over them a little bit. And for me, I'm like, dude, don't even just do you. You guys have everything you need right now, man. You just need the people to start. You just need to be punching through all this false narratives and stuff, and over this evil gaming media. Right? And that was the whole purpose of COD, man. I had people over there going, there's people online talking about, oh, I didn't know COD was coming over, man. I thought they said it wasn't coming over. Or they're like, oh, COD was supposed to be in Game Pass. Dude, they said that. They've been saying that this whole time. Right? And that's what gets me about these dudes, man. It's just like, there's this one guy that says something, and he's in the journalism. I'm like, bro, didn't you watch like the AKB trials? It couldn't be any more clear than that. You know what I'm saying? That's the I don't know what news you guys are reading, but that's what it is, dude. These guys stick their head in the sand when it comes to anything positive about Xbox. But that's not even a positive, dude. That's just reality, right? In order to get that deal, Microsoft was just basically trying to accommodate all these complaints and stuff like that, which I wouldn't have done because I think the FTC is a total piece of trash. Remake Station. Hey, what's up, brother? Remake Station 5. Beware pony tendencies. Yeah. No worries, man. No worries, dude. I mean, they have more than their own thing to focus on, right? And you see that now with all the stuff going on with their supposed day one. I don't know if it's true or not, but they want to get into PlayStation. That's why I don't talk about PlayStation so much, unless it's in light of something that's happening on the grander scale that I can focus on. Because I'm not in. I have nothing to do with PlayStation at all, bro. But thanks for being here, brother. Yeah, dude. I mean, they have their own things to worry about, man. And you focus on Xbox, and I'm laughing because I'm like, dude, if Xbox is doing certain things and they move the needle in the industry, then the other two definitely have to follow. Maybe not directly in their footsteps, but whatever Microsoft pays attention to, those guys have to as well. Whatever adjustments Microsoft is going to make, they will as well. Like, they have no choice, man. There's so much air. Microsoft sucks up when they're in the room. Right? They suck it all up. I mean, you wouldn't even hear some of this stuff if Microsoft didn't have like good news this week, right? Or by purportedly good news by what the media is talking about and all the haters are talking about. I've not missed a beat on my Xbox. Sorry guys, I got a message that I got to look at. Please bear with me. Oh wow. Okay, sorry, that was a work related. I had to take that. I had to look at it. Where are we, guys? Let's keep on rambling on. I do want to keep this. The other brothers must be busy. And that's fine, guys. That's fine. We can run this one as well. So now we can get it. Like I said, Microsoft should send a box of candy to Ubisoft, man, because they just took the spotlight away from anything Xbox, right? Because that was a twofer, right? Xbox started having positive news, so it started quelling all the stupidity in the gaming community, right? They started getting the positive stuff out, right? People are like, ooh, like, hey, people are, COD is in Game Pass, and did you see the games releasing on? Did you see the games releasing on Game Pass? It's starting to turn, right? And then here comes Ubisoft. Was like, yeah, okay, we'll carry you the rest of the way. Boom, Assassin's Creed, Japan, Black Samurai. Here we go. So, hold on, guys. Hey, what's up, Sega Man? What's up, my brother? He's back. Hey, Sega Man, let me read this real quick. Remake Station. They're trying to bring down the good news of COD coming to Game Pass. Yeah, dude, but it's a funny part about that remake, like I said, dude. Then all the controversy with Assassin's Creed hit, right? And so that sucked all that air out of the room because people post focus, because there's two things going on in the gaming community right now. DEI is one of them. That's one of the major things, right? Because that's what sucks in all the people that are following. It sucks in all the people that are looking at pop culture, right? It sucks in a whole other mess of people, and that ends up dominating. And the way influencers work, if you haven't, if people don't notice this or not, probably you do, brother, because we all rock out. But influencers kind of go where the views. They go where the clicks are. They go where the views are. So, right. So of course that kind of shifted again, and so all the haters out there of Microsoft and Xbox are stuck as where they are now. So I thought it was funny, brother. I thought it was really funny. But yeah, they can try all they want to do, but when it hit, they don't like it now, dude. They're absolutely going to be hating it when this thing gets Game Pass, and that's what I'm looking for. Again, to close out the point, and I got my brother Sagan here. We'll get into the next topic. To close out the point. That's why I said what I said in the comment section for Unlimited Productions. It's not just about COD and the game, though I'm interested in that, like the gameplay. Like, is this going to be like a totally full thing? Is it going to be interactive, full stuff? Is it just going to be story mode? Is it going to have multiplayer? Like, how far are they going to take this thing? And I'm all in for that, dude. I'm not. This is not negative stuff. This is what I want to see. Okay, so we're going to look at that. That's what I want to look at. But at the major thing that I want to focus when it comes to COD is we're going to see the cultural shift in the gaming industry. That's what I'm really looking forward to. That's what I meant by that comment I put in Unlimited Productions podcast. Hey, what's up, Sega Man, my brother? Welcome to the podcast, bro. I'm glad you can make it.
Yo, I'm liking the name, man. Remake Station 5, brother. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I like that. What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing much. See, even he says it. Where the clicks go, they go like hoes. Like hoes. Yeah, that's what it boils down to, dude. And we'll shift towards the Assassin's Creed thing because I'm seeing the same thing right now. I learned a valuable lesson, man, with Xbox because there's a lot of guys I follow. I follow them for the pop culture, um, and there's a valuable lesson when I learned from these guys because I do trust their opinions on most things. But I did realize this about myself. I was like, okay, but nobody can sit here and tell me anything about Xbox or video gaming. None of these guys can tell me that. And I'm not saying it to put myself up above everybody, right? But when Xbox is being attacked, or some of these dudes jumped on that bandwagon.
Oh yeah.
And since I followed them, dude, I commented. Most people I won't comment because I don't care what their opinions are, right? But some of these dudes, man, they get it right on the. In fact, they talk about like bias and all this kind of stuff. And to me, it's kind of like I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, Sega man, because I kind of looked at these guys like they had their finger on the pulse, and they were seeing things to complain about. But I let them know in the comment section. I gave my 2 cents. I'm like, look, brother, I follow you, but one dude, bro, you're a dude, bro gamer, man. You shouldn't even talk about gaming anymore. That's not what your channel's about. If you only play Nintendo and you only play Mario Kart, brother, you need to step out the arena because I will smack you down. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those Nintendo guys. He's not like a true Nintendo guy is, Sega man.
Yeah.
I'm saying like guys that actually love Nintendo. These dudes just never grew up from Nintendo, and they play in that circle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So don't get it.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, like a lot of these guys. I mean, I understand they got their finger in the pulse of pop culture, man. But I ain't the one. And you guys know we bleed green over here. And if you bring in the false narrative, dude, we're gonna smack it down. That's why I wish some of the other brothers were here saying that, because we're gonna talk about this Assassin's Creed thing. Right, it's becoming like a lightning rod in the gaming community. Now, as an Xbox guy, I'm gonna be honest, man. That's okay. Shift away, right? Because like I said, that has become the focal point. Because it's what is happening. It's going to pop culture stations. It's going to the news, and then there's politics being involved with this now, right? Because of the DEI stuff. So,
is it because of the character being a black guy?
There's that. There's the race of the character. That he's black and that he's not Japanese. That's going on. There is the whole DEI stuff, right? Because a lot of people don't know this. But what a lot of these companies do is they get funding from these people that are pushing DEI. And I listen to a lot of podcasts and they don't understand that's the problem I have mostly. And the whole thing, dude, it's like Disney and all these guys, right? They just sometimes they use this stuff as a shield because they're not talented enough to write a good story. There's all of that. I have my own opinions on it and stuff like that. I wanted the other people. I wanted like Unlimited especially because Unlimited is gonna actually buy the game.
Yeah, he's getting it. Yeah, I think he got the special collector's edition too.
Right, and so somebody would look at Unlimited, right, and say like, "Oh, he's probably just getting it because he's a black guy, there's a black samurai." No, dude, Unlimited Productions is a Assassin's Creed hardcore fan. Right, he plays that game, he plays that series, and he's gonna get the game no matter what. Right.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, because and this is what I'm gonna let you guys know, man. But sometimes, man, we get a little bit too charged with this kind of stuff. Now, again, I have my opinions and stuff like that. I know what I know, and I move accordingly. But if I'm going to look at anybody and listen to anybody when it comes to this game, it's going to be him and E-Rock, because E-Rock will probably get it too.
E-Rock's a big Assassin's Creed fan.
Yeah, they both are, right? And so that's how I kind of look at things now. Because like, what was it? Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
What was the other one before that? The one where Batman dies. Jeez.
Is it Gotham Knights? Yeah, that's it.
Gotham Knights. Now, you guys know I'm not a big DC fan, but I love comic book stuff, and I just love good games. Well, guess what? Chocolate peanut butter. That's what Gotham Knights is. Right? And it got me. Unlimited talked about it. I'm like Unlimited. I love the action type games. Right? I love playing those type of games. Unlimited put a good word in on it, right? And he was talking about it not just as a DC fan, but as a gamer. So I took the chance, and right from the jump, man, when the movie kicked off, I was all in. That game is awesome, and I feel bad for it because it got a lot of hate. And that's what I think we need to get away from as far as the game goes. We'll be 100% honest. There's a lot of stuff going on with Assassin's Creed, right? But at the end of the day, dude, where are you gonna park your money? And for whatever reasons, dude, that's on you. Okay, so, second man, dude, we were talking about. Hold on one second, my brother. Let me get back to this. Let me get back to the topics. I should have wrote this.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't know if you watched the WNBA, brother.
No. The basketball.
Yeah, basketball, man. But I had
The women.
the
Yeah.
women's basketball. I had this reawakening, bro. I got it all into the female college basketball. I just love basketball, dude. I can watch any basketball, international,
Yeah.
overseas, right?
Yeah.
But what ended up happening, bro, is that I got into the whole Caitlin Clark thing, right?
Yeah.
Because it was just all the euphoria and everything. It was just good times, dude. I love basketball. I played basketball. I always used to follow basketball. Kind of fell off of that stuff, but anyway. But she was lighting it up. So basically, she's in the league now, right? And there's a lot of all this stuff being said, right? And there's some stuff from some of the WNBA players that didn't like all the attention she was getting. I would say that part of it was.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard something about that.
I'll say that part of that was haterism, but part of it was good old fashioned smack talk that I love, dude. Like Tarasi came out there and she goes, "Yeah, well, when she comes to this league, it's talking smack, And then some people were offended by that, but we old school, brother. We from the 80s, we from the 90s, right? The 70s, a little bit of the 70s, right? I remember when Hagler and Hearns, man, those guys hated each other, man. They didn't go in there just to win a title, man. Them dudes just trying to kill each other, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I come from that time of sports, man. And the Raiders and the Steelers, when they played each other, it wasn't, it was like who was the big man? Who was the man? Who was the man when these played? Right? The Raiders were like the bad boys, right? There was gangster, right? They were thugs, right? And the Steelers, like, we blue collar, dude, we hardworking. And when those two teams collided, man, you had some of the best moments in sports out of that kind of animosity. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like me watching the WNBA in the capacity that I've been able to watch it, dude, I feel it all over again. Brother. I'm getting into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to what happened with WrestleMania, the last WrestleMania. It got me so back into it, man. Almost like it had a touch of that Attitude Era.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Triple H is running the show, man, and he's killing it. I'm gonna subscribe to their stuff.
Oh, Triple H is running it.
Yeah, dude, he's the man. Him and what's her name? Stephanie.
His wife.
And then all the stuff happening with the dad. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
I'm talking about McMahon.
Yeah, that's McMahon, dude.
What's going on with Vince? He's sick.
No, there's all this stuff coming out about him, sexual harassment, and all this kind of stuff.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Yeah, well, we live in 2024, so.
Yeah, look at P Diddy.
Oh my gosh, did you see that video? I was like, dang, dude, what's going on?
Yeah, man, he's that dude.
And that's old girl, right, Ciara? No, not Ciara. She was a singer too, man, back in the day.
Who are you talking about?
Isn't that his girlfriend? That girl who's smacking around in the video?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Yep, it is. He wanted her to like be doing it with other dudes and shit while he watches.
Dude, I've been here. Dude, I don't want to hear, dude. I just turn. I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear this nastiness, dude. I'm already of the not just him, dude. I'm already of the ilk that Hollywood is demonic, dude. And when I mean demonic, I mean of demons of hell. Like I don't, dude. I've exercised myself away from a lot of this stuff, because these people.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just play my games, bro. Just stay in step with God and carry on. You know what I'm saying? Watch our little nerdy shows. And again, bro, that's why I'm getting into the WNBA, man. It reminds me of the time of the 80s and 90s, dude, when basketball blew up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I talked about it earlier, that 84, 85 class.
That's when it was real big for us.
You go back and look at the rookie, because I was collecting cards, man. I missed that deck. I missed that set by 1 year. But that set has like Chris Mullins, rookie card, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone. I think Michael was the year before. But there's just a whole group of people that was in that class, dude, that helped define. We call it the Holy Grail. When I was collecting hardcore, we was like the Holy Grail of basketball cards. That was the one. If you had it, dude, you had a place at the table. It's just like if you had an Action Comics #1, right, and you showed up at the Comic Con or at a comic book store like Mile High, dude, you get a place at the table if you have that.
Yeah.
It was that level. So anyway, dude, that's just me talking a lot. I want to bring sports back into it because I'm going to be following it, dude. I mean, I think this is an opportunity for the WNBA to go beyond, being a punchline. Um, when Bill Maher did it, Bill Maher did this stand up, dude, where he talked about the WNBA, man, totally eviscerated it, and it was funny, dude. But I do feel bad because I do kind of still keep up with sports in a general sense, and they have their amount of players, man. It's just like before the 80s and 90s, dude, the NBA you had your Dr. J's, dude, you had your Will Chamberlains, you know what I'm saying? You had your Pistol Pete's, man, you had the Iceman, George
Will
Gervin,
Chamberlain, yeah, man, that dude.
Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Nate Archibald, right? Even going into the 80s, before the 84 class, dude, you had like Bernard King, you had Moses Malone, you had Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins, bro.
Yeah.
The reason why you had breakaway rim, the reason why you had the 3-point, they changed the rules was because of George Mikan, right? When he played for the Minnesota Lakers, right? You have all of that stuff, dude.
You remember Penny Hardaway?
Yeah, Anthony. Yeah, dude. Because him and Shaq played together, dude. Because I grew up in Florida, man. So the Magic, dude. I remember watching. I was at the comic book store when the draft was going on. I was stationed in the Navy, man. I was at the comic book store in San Francisco. This place I used to go to all the time. It's super cool, man. Because Image Comics was bumping, and Marvel. Jim Lee was at Marvel, doing the X-Men. Spider-Man had like I was collecting every Spider-Man title back when Spider-Man had like 50 titles.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So, so I remember I was there, dude, and they had the draft, man. I just had this feeling because Orlando Magic, of all the teams, they weren't supposed to be the team to get that number 1 pick because they only had a certain amount of balls, right?
Yeah.
And so what ended up happening, man, dude, the person that should have got it, of course, was the Clippers. It was either the Clippers or the Kings, right? For obvious reasons, right? So
yeah.
But when I remember the ball got dropped, and then one of them was the 13th pick, and when that happened, I knew. I was hoping, and then as the draft kept on going, dude, there was only one other option, and it ended up being Orlando. That's how they got Shaquille O'Neal. They got the Magic, so Orlando Magic now. So I remember that vividly. That's how hardcore I was into basketball, dude. Just like gaming and comics. In fact, I was at a comic book store watching it. That's the only thing that could break me from that comic book store was that draft. So,
you said you collected the Spider-Man?
Spider-Man had like a ton of titles back then. He was the new hotness at that time. I mean, he is a franchise when it comes to Marvel, but back then he was super popular. And that's why it's kind of funny because he had a resurgence recently, right? I don't know if you saw the Spider-Man movies, the animated ones. They're both awesome, dude. The ones with Miles Morales.
Well, did you like those ones, or?
Oh yeah, man. Me and my kids, we watched it multiple times. I actually like Miles Morales. I don't like what they're doing with him now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's a and they should focus on him being his own character, right? But that's the hard part, right? And you might fail at doing that, right? But that's the way I grew up, man. You take your shot, right? And what they like to do now, man, they like to attach these guys to coattails of other people. And I hate that. I'm like, dude, this dude is strong enough, dude. He's popular enough to be his own brand. Stop doing that, man. Stop trying to sell him off on other stuff because you're not confident, right? And if you watch those 2 movies, man, I mean, those 2 movies say it all right there. He is his own superhero, man. He doesn't have to be attached to Spider-Man, like sloppy seconds. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude, he is his own. Embrace. This is why I can't stand Marvel because Marvel will sit there and talk about diversity. I was like, well, you believe in diversity, right? But then you don't use the real Captain Marvel, right? Which was the leader of the Avengers, and she's black. So
yeah.
You put him in WandaVision as some side character. That pissed me off, man. She's like one of my favorite Avengers of all time.
There was a big stink about that. Remember when the first Captain Marvel came out? Plus, the girl that played her, she looked kind of arrogant and like she just didn't. I don't know, didn't really do it for people. And when they were saying the real one's black, they made a big deal about it and stuff like that out in the media. You know what I mean?
Well, what they were doing, man, they were trying. It was what we call the message, right? She was supposed to come off as a girl boss, right? And the people that write that stuff, when they think of a strong woman, they just think of a girl that's a dude. Right?
Yeah.
This is why DC did so well with Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman, right? It's because you had the best of both worlds. You have a strong female character that kept her femininity, right? There's nothing wrong with a female being feminine, right? That's
nope, not at all.
what it shows me is that the people that worked on that movie actually knew how to write, and the people that worked on Captain Marvel don't know how to write, and that they had an agenda, right? Which is why we can talk about the Assassin's Creed. I mean, have you been keeping up with that?
A little bit. I know that I know they were mad because there's a lot of people making. I see are starting to make videos about because there was not such thing of a black samurai, and they're making a big deal about it or something like that. So I was hearing some things about that. That's going around out here right now in the gaming streets. You know, them talking about that. It seems like brother Sega forever, man. I mean, when we see these videos today, man, and these podcasts and these people making short videos and stuff like that, man, they're really just destroying gaming, brother. They're bringing too much politics and stuff into gaming, man. It's really ruining gaming, man.
It's par for the course, man. And I'll be honest with you, Sega, man, it's a blowback from what's been going on in gaming for a long time, and comics and pop culture in general.
Yeah.
When I sit back here and look at it, it amazes me because this has been going on for over 10 years. And it's funny to me, dude. You know, like the way I am on my politics and stuff like that, dude. I'm more on the conservative side. That's the way I was raised. My grandmother raised me.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yep.
But what I mean by conservative, as in conservation, right? So when I was younger, dude, and plus being a Christian, right? When I was younger, dude, and I would talk to certain people, like if you try to talk about God to people, right, and some people get offended, they swear at you, get out of your face and all this kind of stuff. That's fine. That's part for the course. What amazes me now is back then when I used to talk to some of my friends about stuff like this, right? They'd be like, dude, you're out of your mind. Now these very same people I talked about, and this is back in the 90s, these are the ones that you see now that have become what they call red pilled, right?
Yeah.
Right. And they're kind of they've awakened to what's going on, right? But it's just like everything else, man. For some people, it doesn't matter to them until they're affected, right? And that's a whole nother can of worms sometimes, right? So, but I guess my point is, right, is that people are talking about this in the terms of, like you're saying, dude, it's going beyond it's going past, right? They're talking past it, right? And for me personally, I'm sitting back to kind of see how it's going to pan out. Because when I look at it, like I said, dude, this is not my first rodeo. A lot of these people stepping into this, man. And I do everything for me, it's based on principle, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, the problem I have with Assassin's Creed is that it's Assassin's Creed. Right? And so what I mean by that is I'm kind of like E-Rock, dude. I love history. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I would have no problem with what Assassin's Creed does. The only problem I have with them is the way that they treat history. To the guys at Ubisoft, man, history only matters is when it benefits them, and it doesn't matter when it benefits them. Okay, and they've always done that. So when I play an Assassin's Creed game, right, and I've fallen off the thing because they always would do this. When I play an Assassin's Creed game, I check my hang-ups at the door, right? If I just want to enjoy the game, that's what I do because you have to, right? Either that or I just won't play it at all. That's my perspective. Because like in the Assassin's Creed, the whole thing with the Templars and stuff like that, it's hard for me to get into their story. I see what they're saying as a story, but it's hard for me. It's because I know the history of this stuff, right? And it bothers me so much that I can't enjoy the game, right? So I see that happening right now with what is that? Man, why can't I remember the name? What is it? Assassin's Creed what?
The new one?
Yeah, what is it called? Assassin's Creed. I don't want to say Japan because I know that's not.
No, I forgot the name. I know I've seen it, but I can't remember what it's called. I know it shows that black dude on there as a samurai, and they were really like upset about that.
Yeah, and there's people look and I've listened to enough videos. I mean, it's across the board. Why people and it's a myriad of things. It's not just one thing. Of why people are upset about that. Like one guy I follow, he's like Japanese. He was disappointed because he wanted to play an actual Japanese samurai because he plays the game, right? And I just expected them to when they came to Japan that the person would be like me, you know. I wanted to actually play a Japanese samurai.
Yeah.
And then you have people. It's gonna be honest, right? They're going straight for the color.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
But on the flip side, there's people that are holding Ubisoft to account. I will be one of those people as well, dude. I'm like, what? I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure they saw Afro. These guys must have watched Afro Samurai. You know,
Yeah, they had to have. Yeah.
if you're gonna make a game, why don't you just do that? You know, why do you have the need? Because you guys haven't been historically. You guys have been historically fluid for over a decade, I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you just continue with that, right? Why did you have to attach something on there that you know is going to spark up controversy? And I think that's another reason why they did it, for the controversy. The other reason I know why they did it is Ubisoft's one of these countries that takes money from other entities to promote DEI, diversity, inclusion, and diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies are actually doing that. That's why you see that in gaming now, and people have picked up on it. So that's what I mean. It's like a cavalcade of stuff. And I'll be honest with you, Siggy, man, I'm just sitting there watching it all go down. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because that's how inundated this stuff is now. But that's why I mean, what are your thoughts? Or I'm sorry, before I go.
It's just, Brother Sega Forever. It's just like they're trying to, not for me so much, and I think not really so much for you, but it seems like they're trying to take the fun out of gaming, man. It's like they're really trying to just, like, the media, the gaming media is really so toxic. I just feels like they're trying to destroy gaming media. I mean, not gaming media, but gaming, like making you not really trying to enjoy your games. Something's always coming out. You know, somebody's always, Brother Sega Forever, out here on these YouTube streets, and they just it's like a sickness, man. It can't be helped, brother. They just keep doing it over and over. And it's really, honestly, it's really ruining gaming, man. It really is. It ain't really ruining mine. I like my game. I play what I like and stuff like that. But to just hear it all the time, brother. I mean, people get tired. Like he gets so sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? Everybody, man. It's just, wow. Can't people just enjoy something that that they bought and paid a lot of money for and invested in, without you having to always critique it all the time? You know
what it is, second man, dude. There's like no joy in the world anymore, right? People just.
There really isn't, brother. There isn't.
Yeah, dude. We live in a nihilistic, the sky is falling, type of thing. They just can't look at something and take it for what it is. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you got to drink the Kool-Aid, right? And you should be wary of stuff, but not every single thing, right? Like in the case of Assassin's Creed, I know some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, right? But at the end of the day, dude, like I said, dude, I'll see what Unlimited says about it, right? Is it something that is it actually a good story, right? I know the controversy of whether Yakusuke, I think his name is a samurai or whether he's not a samurai, right? They have people coming out talking about it. It's even infiltrated, which I'll lean more towards the historical aspect of it. I'm not talking about the media covering the history now, we're actual historians, right? About this in a certain way. I'll take their word over it because it's kind of funny to me. One of the things they don't talk about is that there's a Christian element to this, right? Because he was in Japan because he was with Jesuits. Now, some people say he was a slave. Some people say that he was there with the Jesuits. I don't know if he was a Jesuit, right? No, right? This is during the time when a lot of the missionaries. This is how I had my last name Tripp, brother. I got that missionary blood. You know what I'm saying? Right? They came over to Hawaii. They had the gospel, spread the gospel, right? And then a lot of them melded into the culture. Got married into the culture, and this is why you have a Hawaiian with the last name Tripp, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what a lot of people don't know, because it would appear that a lot of this stuff is not written down, like even in Hawaiian history, dude, a lot of this stuff people know is stuff that's passed down because it was an oral. It's like Native American. It's an oral history, right?
Yeah.
So of course, as like in the case of my culture, as the culture thins out, right, and a lot of that stuff is lost, right? Whereas in other histories, right, people wrote that stuff down. It's not really documented.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that I see that's actually documented, that I have seen, doesn't support the idea of what people are saying. But at the end of the but the bottom line is, dude, there is a history of him that people have used his name and his character.
Mm-hmm.
Now they might have forced a different thing about him, right? Whether it was in because there's somebody sharing that there's different stuff that people have taken liberty, which somebody, I mean, this was back in the day, right? So they didn't have to worry about appropriation and all that kind of stuff. Where some people might say is appropriation. But back then they were just trying to create stories and stuff like that, and that's how this character kind of got his. He almost became legend, dude.
Yeah.
He almost became legend. Now that to me would be something I would have loved the guys at Ubisoft to do. That, right? It doesn't have to be historically accurate. You could have built it around a legend, right?
Yeah.
That's what westerns are built on, right? If you've watched a good western, right? It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like this person, and he comes into town, and there's all these things that people talk about him, right? That's one of the things I love about Unforgiven, right? It turned out it was true, right? With Clint Eastwood's character, it turned out it was true, right? But there's this mystique around him, right? And they built a story around that, and then that keeps you engaged. Right? I mean, there's all kind of way they could have took this stuff, but because the people at Ubisoft, dude, nothing blows my mind more, bro. And I'm not saying you have to be of the race or of the color, right? Like one of my favorite movies is Lilo and Stitch, which is I think they're gay too. Two gay white dudes from the mainland. But they love the culture, right? They came to Hawaii, right? They absorbed as much of the culture as they can. In fact, the soundtrack, Kamehameha Schools, has a kids group there that they use to give authenticity to the singing in it, right? Which is perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, dude, what sold Lilo and Stitch was the art style was unique because that's them. Chris Saunders, right, is the guy. And then it's a Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Hawaii is the backdrop, right? I mean, why can't people do that now? Dude? I'm sitting here watching this, so my mind is kind of on a different level with this. I'm kind of beyond the whole other stuff that people are talking about. I'm like, why didn't you just do that, dude? You had an opportunity to make a game. If you're gonna go that route, dude, because you've done stuff in your other games, dude. It's on those guys too, dude. They I don't have no sympathy for Ubisoft because the stuff that they do, right? And they do, that's on them, right? But you had an opportunity here to actually make a cool game. I mean, who knows, dude? Who knows? It might actually be a cool game. I like the trailer. I'm not gonna lie. I like the trailer because I like that it looks like it's gonna have a lot of that action. That's the kind of I love playing action. Like I love RPGs, but my preference would be like action RPGs. You know what I'm saying, brother? So I'm looking at it in the sense of okay, well, let's see. So that's why I said I'll wait for Unlimited. All right. Do you think you're gonna pick it up, brother?
I don't know, brother. Sega Forever, man. I don't know, man. Are you?
Like I said, I'll wait for Unlimited. What he says. I wanted to play Valhalla first because I never got a chance to play that. But bro, man, time is my enemy right now.
Yeah.
And in some aspects, money. I mean, you know, I joke around with Unlimited as the 1%, but that dude is like proving me wrong every week. I mean, proving me right every week. That dude dropped $130 on that collector's.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he can do it. Yeah.
Well, and
that's like when the Gears one comes out, I'm gonna drop that or even more. You know,
just like me, dude. I finally found my copy of Yakuza.
Did you?
Yeah, the one in Hawaii, dude. Like it was, I couldn't, dude. It took me forever to find it, man. And so one of the GameStops got it. I went over there, dude, $70. I'm like, here you go, take my money. This is my game. Pay for the sticker.
Yeah. $70, huh?
Yeah, 70 smackers. Dude. Now I did use my $5 off, and I had a $10 coupon. Like, oh, you get a $10 coupon. Put that bad boy on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I did. I didn't pay the full $70, but I was willing to drop that $70 because I love the series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to your point, bro, that's what it boils down to, man. Where's the fun in this stuff anymore? You know what I'm saying?
My favorite game was Assassin's Creed Origins. I like it. That's the one in Egypt.
Okay, so I have that one. I played it, and I just kind of I could not get into it.
It is kind of hard to get into, and the one I really liked was called Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah, I hear a lot about that.
The one in London, England.
Yeah, that's during the kind of their little industrial. Was it the Victorian era?
I think so. Yeah, in London, England.
Yeah.
It had a Jack the Ripper DLC.
Yeah. It had that. They had that feel about it that I love. I love Victorian England, dude. I actually love English stuff. I'm like E-Rock, dude. I'm a huge fan of English history. And,
that was funny. That was funny, man. when those things that when you're walking on the street, some of those villain dudes are like, "Oh, you got a problem with me, mate?" They try,
Yeah.
they try to come up and start trouble with you. What you looking at? You got a problem, mate?
Well,
And stuff like that, huh?
that's what it is, right? They hook you into that world from the jump.
Yeah,
That's the most
yeah.
important about those kind of things. Yeah.
I
So
loved it. I loved it, that game. Actually, I think I got it free with, if I'm correct, I think I got it free with Games with Gold.
yeah, because I think I do have it. I think the only
Yeah.
one I don't have. Well, no, I think I have Black Flag as well because I kind of wanted to try that.
Mm-hmm.
But all of these games are sitting on our pile of backlog, right? It's crazy.
Remake Station. He likes Valhalla, right?
Yeah, he said Remake Station 5 said Valhalla is great, but it's a huge game, very big. Yeah, I'm a huge Viking. I love Vikings, bro. I don't know if you watch anime, bro, but Netflix has this one called Vinland Saga, dude. If you
Yeah.
like Viking stuff and you like anime, go check that out, bro. The
You
seasons
said it's on Netflix.
yeah, season 1 and 2. It's an anime, but it's an anime. It's like a Viking, dude. It's brutal, man. It is.
Oh,
Brutal.
really?
Yeah, dude. But it's good, man. Good story, good. Oof. I love it, bro. So if you like, so that's why I want to play. I want to play Valhalla, right? Because it looks like that's Assassin's Creed, or Ubisoft doing it the way that they should be doing it, right? In a sense of letting the action and stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I shouldn't say.
Well, you could be right too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so. That's the impression I get from the game. Plus, I love all things Vikings, dude. I'm into Vikings. I'm into like zombies, stuff like that. So when stuff comes out, dude, I'm on point. But like Remake Station said, dude, it does look like a huge game.
Valhalla, yeah, man. I didn't even touch the surface. Brother Erock bought me that, I think, for Christmas, and I didn't even. I started it, but that's it. I didn't really get far in that at all. The Valhalla. He's like, he's like, Sega, man, this is great and I believe in great graphics, everything, all that stuff. I just never, man, I never finished. I haven't even scraped the surface of that. You know what I mean?
Given that it's a AC game, man, I wouldn't be surprised how in depth it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the problem I have with Assassin's Creed. Is so in depth, it takes me out. When you have to decide stuff.
Oh yeah.
Remake Station said it takes about 4 to 5 hours before you get to England. Oh really? Like, are you talking? Oh yeah, because that's a Valhalla. It takes place in England, right? Yeah, and that's the time period I'm interested in, right? It's like the TV show. What is it called? Vikings.
Yeah, I think I was Vikings. Yeah.
Oh, Remake Station also says, oh yes, it does a lot of Vinland type stories. Oh, okay, so you saw Vinland type, right? Or Vinland. I love that show, bro. I've watched the first. I haven't watched the second season because I was kind of waiting. I got caught up in other anime, but it's on my list, dude. It's definitely when I caught up, I'm gonna because I gotta catch up on my other shows as well, dude. I still haven't finished Fallout. I got 2 more episodes to go. Then he says Valhalla is very good. It's just one of those games you have to invest in. So remake, can you tell me this, brother? Is it more action oriented? Like is it action heavy as far as the combat, the missions? Or is it have puzzles? I mean, is it quest heavy? I don't care if it's quest heavy as long as I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. If you like, some people like the puzzle stuff, and in the games. Some of that's all right. Like I liked the puzzle solving in what's it called? Damn, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, because it made sense, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like even Starfield, like some people complain about the locks, but I like the locks because it seems like it would fit that time. That's the kind of tech they would have at that time, right? Like
Yeah.
As National Punk. So to me, that's not a far stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a Remake Station 5 says yes, but it has a lot of Tomb Raider type elements of exploring. Really? Well, I don't mind Tomb Raider puzzles as much just because I feel like that's what she does. So like if I'm doing puzzles in Valhalla, like hopefully it's something to me that would be at that period. It doesn't take me out of it. That's the only problem I have. I can slouch through it though, but you know what I'm saying? And that's the problem, bro. We have so many good games, man, that to keep my attention, bro. I mean, you have to come correct in a sense. And it's not hate, dude. It's just that I get the feel to play something else. Right now, dude, with along with Game Pass, and I don't even talk about the back catalog. Game Pass right now, the way it's sitting, dude. They just dropped. What's the game they just dropped, brother?
They just dropped. Let me see. They just dropped. They actually dropped. A couple new games, and I think what was the other one? The one with the cat.
Yeah, the Big City Cat. Like
little kitty, big city. Immortals.
Yeah, that's the one that dropped yesterday, right?
Yeah, Immortals. Yeah.
See, I've been wanting to play that for a while, and before I pulled the trigger, even I saw it cheap too. I was like, yeah, but I'm already playing COD. I'm already playing. We got Halo. I'm already playing Warhammer. You know what I'm saying? I got all these games I'm playing. Exo Primal, right? I'm good on that. So I was like, I'll just maybe wait, because I heard it was coming to Game Pass. Well, now it's in Game Pass, and I'll tell you what, Siggy, man, if I like it, I'll buy it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I don't need it to be $6. You know what I'm saying?
They also have a big. I bought a few games. I have a big indie sale going on. So I bought some indie games. Yeah.
That humble games, I love them, dude. I bought most of the games, so I don't know if there's any other ones that I missed. I think there was a couple.
Oh, you got most of them?
Humble games, I love humble games. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I think the only one I need is Iconfell. I think because what is happening with Game Pass that's hard for me is like they're dropping so many games, I'm losing track of them.
They're dropping them a lot.
Yeah, dude, it's like nonstop.
Wait until June, brother.
Yeah.
They're going to drop I think they're going to drop. In my theory, around the show, and around the show and during the show, they're going to drop. I think some surprises in Game Pass. Man, I think they're going to do that. That's my theory.
Well, let's course correct real quick. Let me close this out real fast. For the it's called Shadows, Assassin's Creed Shadows, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You guys know my channel, man. You guys know I've talked about it. You guys follow me on social media. You guys know how I feel about DEI and all that. DEI and all that kind of stuff, dude. I'm not a fan. There is an agenda, man. There is a narrative that's being pushed out there. These dudes are actually taking action. This is not stuff that people are just coming out and pulling out of their proverbial asses, right? This stuff has an agenda. There's actually action. I'm talking New World Order stuff, the whole shebang, right? It's real, and I've talked about this ad nauseum, right? Again, on social media, if you guys follow me there, I've touched on it on this channel. I try not to go too heavy into it because that's not the purpose of this channel, but it needs to be said because all of this stuff is going on. With that being said, our brother Unlimited is going to get the game, right? And if there's anybody that you should trust when it comes to Assassin's Creed, there's our brother Unlimited. So if you're on the fence about this stuff, right, you're not jacked in like me and Hebot and Sega Man is when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? Just wait for it. You guys. I know most of you guys follow Unlimited. Just wait for him to come out with his review. He actually owns an Xbox, and he actually plays his games. He actually finishes games, unlike me. But if you want an authority on this kind of stuff, and he'll keep it 100. He'll keep it real, as well as Erock. But then our brother Erock has been really busy lately, like our brother Other Zinc. You know what I mean? But but look, if you want to know, dude, just wait for Unlimited. Just wait for Unlimited's review. All right, he'll probably post gameplay, and that's what I'm really looking for. All right, so we can move on past that scene. Do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk? We can talk about the. Oh, sorry. Finish your thought, my brother.
What were we closing out? We're going to talk about What the heck was it? Now I lost my train of thought. What were we going to talk about?
We was talking about the showcase.
Yeah, brother. I think. Oh yeah, brother. I think that's going to be. Like I said, I know the showcase is going to be really, really good. I think it's going to be very exciting for us as diehard Xbox gamers and players, man. And I think they're gonna. My theory is they're gonna drop like a couple of games in Game Pass. Maybe we didn't see it coming. You know what I mean? Didn't see it coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always do, like around that time when they do shows, they always do something like that, like dropping new games in Game Pass, maybe giving you something for free, on digitally or something. Sometimes they do that. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. Very looking forward to that, man.
It's funny. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking, you think we're gonna have any acquisitions? Any chance?
Oh man, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, brother?
I'm not
Take
saying
it
that it's
forever?
a major scale, but when I was looking at some of the stuff going on, like you have the humble bundle sale and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's entertainment's done well. A lot of these studios have done well, and I'm not saying they're going to buy them outright. I would like to, and I talk about this quite a bit. I would like to see them actually focus a little bit more on these partnerships that we know that they have, and have some official announcements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that the whole AAA thing has been blown out of the water, like Hebot's been telling you guys for years now, right? AAA is not the totality of gaming, right? And now you guys know, and funny, some of you guys have changed your tune, but you guys have not acknowledged the fact that you guys were wrong. And you guys weren't just wrong; you guys were deadly wrong, bad wrong, super wrong, all of
Oh
them.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys were off. You guys are always off, right? But I mean, at least have the common courtesy to acknowledge it, right? Because the world does not revolve around AAA games. There are people that love to play AAA games, just like how there's people that loves to play single A games, right? There's people that just love to play ID at Xbox type games, right? Or
Yep.
indie stuff like that, right? What the gaming community is it's an amalgamation of different kind of like fiefdoms, right? And then we kind of come along for the greater good, and then you have the big boys that sit on the top of the hill in their castles, right? And that's your CODs, that's your Fortnites, right? That's all of this stuff, right?
Yep.
That's the normies. That's the guys who run everything, right? And what we got to figure out in the gaming industry or in the gaming culture in the community is trying to have some type of balance. Is the best word I could put when it comes
Yeah.
to all this stuff, right? But like my brother Sega Man was saying, dude, this should be the greatest time for us as gamers. But just people are just hateful. You see people talk about gaming, you're kind of like, dude, do you hate gaming? Why are you even doing it? Unlimited says that all the time as well, brother, right? It's like you guys talk so much about gaming and our negativity. It's like, you guys sound like our parents, right? Sega Man back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kids the game is like, that's what gaming is ridiculous. It's a waste of time, waste of money. That's what you guys sound like. You guys sound like our parents, man. And you guys younger than us. But then again, I realize there's a certain level of privilege that you guys have that we never had, and you guys are not as jacked in like we were, right? Because we had to be. We didn't have anything at our fingertips, man. We had to go find this stuff. You have to go find people, man. Right? I know it's easier now because you do stuff online. It's probably one of the problems right now. Social media is that bad, right? But when we was coming up, right, Sigma, right? We had to make friends, and you have to share cartridges, right? Because we couldn't afford that stuff. Right? You have to borrow a console every now and then. And then if you talk trash to somebody else, man, you might get an attitude adjustment. That's how it was, dude. We did that stuff in real time.
Mm-hmm.
That was real time for us. So look, I don't want to come off as the old man like I am, but I'm just saying, right? So there needs to be some type of balance. Right? We gotta figure this stuff out because I don't want to see because I think Hebot nailed it on the head, dude. This could be an extinction level event for gaming.
Yeah.
That's how bad this economy is right now, right? And all it takes is just you see it happening, dude. You just one bad step, dude, and boom, people lose their jobs. One bad step, dude, the studio's closed, right? Stuff gets shuttered, dude, right? They gotta figure out how to get through this, and it might get worse before it gets better. I'm just being honest with you guys. But the one thing we can do, right, Sega Man, is enjoy our games. So remake station, there's a lot of action. Oh yeah, so he was saying about Valhalla, bro. There's a lot of action if you want it, like rating counts. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go check it out. You know what? I'll go do that because I'm gonna wait for. I'm actually gonna start playing it. I'm gonna wait for. Like I said, Unlimited to talk about in the Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah. Oh, remake Station 5. Yeah, Humble Games has good deals. Humble Epic and Game Pass is so much games barely have enough time to install. Yeah, Humble. One thing I love about Humble, dude, it takes me back to the time when I was huge into Sega, and Sega would have work with certain companies and stuff and come up with the games that I like. That's what I feel with Humble Games, man. And then they started supporting Game Pass from the jump. And look, I know Microsoft pays them. I know that they also did it for commercial reasons, and that's totally fine with me because they brought the goods, at least in my perspective, for the games that I love to play. Dude. I really I like what they do. I like what Focus Entertainment does. I like what 505 does. And a couple other people that I can't think of right now. But But Sega Man, did you want to say anything else? Is Sega Man, you still there, brother? I think we might have lost Sega Man. But that's what I would like to see for the show. Right, for the show, I would like to see some type of partnership announced. Right, who knows, man? You might see stuff with Sony and Nintendo. Right, it'll be interesting to see how that PlayStation business, quote unquote, business thing goes. It might be a nothing burger though. But I mean, it might be the straw that breaks the camel's back, man. Because people are looking at the economics and the numbers, man, and it's not adding up. So desperate times call for desperate measures, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So we'll see how it all pans out. For me personally, I'd like to see some type of big announcements. I think it'd be great for the fan base and even for the consumer, but mostly for the fan base, man, to get that momentum back. Um, Not that it's gone far off, but they've been getting a lot of hate. But get that momentum back, get everybody back on board. That might have fell off onto the wayside. I don't know about the people that turncoat, dude. They are who they are. Dude, they got to deal with their choices, man. If they try and come back, I ain't the one. I ain't gonna prevent. I'm not sitting here trying to be a gatekeeper. I'm just telling you how it is, guys. You know what I'm saying, dude? You make choices in life, and choices have consequences. Some of these dudes are trying to come back now. I'm like, I just ignore them. You know what I mean? Because you never know, bro. Like, what happens next time something happens? You're gonna still be there. Like even me, I voiced my discontent with some stuff, but I'm still rocking, dude. I did a podcast and I was complaining, and then what did I do? I went and bought Like a Dragon on disc for $70, right? It's not gonna end my thing. I told you, man, we bleed green here. You can have a different opinions, and there are some people that are saying that. That's why I didn't jump on some of those guys because I understand what they're trying to say. Now, for those guys who just went off the deep end, I can't do anything for you. I mean, you made your choices. It is what it is. Dude, you want to come back to the community? Like I said, I ain't the one, but you know, come back if you want to. Enjoy it as you want to, because I think business is fixing to pick up big time. Right. And what tends to happen is when you have so much negativity, and there was a lot, and dude, it was pouring. That hate was pouring down in buckets, man. I feel you. I know, dude. We haven't seen that. I haven't seen at that level since 2013. If I'm being honest, right? But whatever happens, what always happens at the end of the when there's a storm and the rain subsides, man, you get the end, you get the rainbow, bro. And then at the end of the rainbow, dude, you got that pot of gold. That's what I'm looking forward to when it comes to June 9th. Dude. My levels as the days go by, man, my levels is hyping. Remake Station 5. You do a good show. Give lots of opinions from different people, even with Zobi trolling. Yeah, thanks, Remake Station. Yeah, dude, we Zobi, I've just known Zobi for a long time, and if you understand how he is, but I mean, it's sometimes dude, he gets you, man. If you notice, man, the people that I tend to follow, they're like on that level. E-Rock is another one, right? And then Hebot, those three guys in our circle, right? If if E-Rock wasn't doing what he's doing, or wasn't out there creating businesses like you talk about in Philly, or doing these podcasts, dude, I would have thought he'd be a preacher in a church somewhere. And then for Hebot, dude, he'd be an MC somewhere on a stage, dude, rocking the mic. And Zobi would have been like the Nintendo Jordan Peterson. Zobi has deep thoughts on stuff, man. You can tell. But the thing that tuned me into Zobi, man, is that he stands on his own 2 feet, whether I agree with him or not. Because I remember back in the day, dude, he's a PlayStation guy, and he was going against PlayStation guys because he didn't like the direction Sony was going. Kind of like with me, and Sega died, but you know what I'm saying. So when you're old school, but you keep it honest, and then you stick by your principles, man. This dude, like he's come over to the Xbox side, he's done stuff like that, right? But he's always been that one person, dude. So if things go on, man, he'll speak on it. That's for sure. Yeah, he seems to know JRPGs a lot. So yeah, bro, he's no joke, man. He's kind of like back in the day, dude. I actually used to play fighting games. I used to do tournaments, man. Street Fighter. Street Fighter was my jam, dude. Especially a championship edition. Love that. Used to play back in the day, dude. Go to Japantown, play with all the dudes out there, man. Some of the best Street Fighter players when I was in northern San Francisco, Northern California, San Francisco, bro. You go to these tournaments, it was no joke. You had to know your stuff. My friend was the one who kind of got me into it, dude. I used to back him up, and he was untouchable, dude. He used to destroy people. And he taught me. I just couldn't like I got way better like playing against him, and him he taught me stuff. I played against him, and through playing against him, dude, I became way better. Dude, I used to take people out too, but when you have these people that are good, man, he's one of the best Street Fighter players I've ever seen in my life, dude. The stuff that he used to do with and he would use the characters like nobody would use at that time, bro. Like he could destroy you with Dawson and he Honda and stuff like that, dude. He would jam, dude. It was nuts, man. And then when he had when M Bison became a character, dude, it was all over. That corner trap was brutal. Like he taught me the corner trap, I could do it, but not like him, dude. He'd have you just like you could never guess what he's doing, dude. Sometimes he just he'd walk up from like because people would be on a block position trying to figure out what he's doing, dude. He'd walk from past halfway of the screen and just grab you and throw you because you're so lost in it. That's how good he was. But yeah, he loves like JRPG. By the way, it's me, Gogo. Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, Gogo. I keep on forgetting, bro. You're remake Station 5 on my laptop. Sorry, my brother. I gotta remember that, bro. I'm old, bro. I gotta keep that in the data bank. Yeah, thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, it'll be interesting, brother, how Microsoft moves forward. But yeah, thanks for that info on Valhalla. I'll play that first. Then I'll wait for what Unlimited said. Because for all the politics and stuff like that, dude, I'm already charged into that. I kind of got into it with some guys. They were talking to me like, "Oh, you're supposed to be this type of political side and stuff, but you're not giving Xbox crap." I'm like, "Bro, you're fresh off the boat, dude. I've been here for over 15, 20 years in this stuff, dude. You just took the red pill and now you're jumping on board, bro. Step back, man. You pace yourself, bro. I told you, dude, pace yourself, man, because this is you just starting off. You have no idea all the stuff that's been going on in pop culture for years, man. I've seen whole industries get destroyed, right, because of people's stupidity, and that's even before all the. I'm not even talking about the woke stuff, dude. I'm talking about the gamut, right? The rise and fall of Marvel. I was there, bro. It was hard, man. It was hard for me. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I lived through all that crap, dude. But just because these people were stupid, they didn't know how to manage their people, manage their money. They were doing, man. You sold off all the rights. This is why you had the Marvel universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the way that it was. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah.
Remake Station says no problem. Yeah, brother, don't worry. I made a mental note now. Hello, that last show was funny. It was a fast 5 hours. Yeah, man. You know what? It was going down the Sega man. What was Zaire's old show? Was it what was it called?
You mean his podcast?
Yeah, the Xbox one.
Broadband Bullies or something like that?
I know he had a Broadband Bullies, but wasn't there one before? I forgot the name of it, dude.
Oh yeah, there was.
It was the Xbox one. That was the biggest one he had, dude. That's where all the old
I can't remember what it is, Sega Forever, but he did have another one. I know he had the Broadband Bullies, and then he did have another one. I forgot the name of it though.
Yeah, so he that's what it reminded me of, dude. That's why I sat back and I just put on my popcorn. So I did interject, Gogo. I don't know if you saw me say this. I interjected and said, "Oh, by the way, Zobi's a troll." And even Zobi's like, "Well, wait, what do you mean by that?" I was like, "Come on, bro." Like he stays in character, dude. You gotta watch out. Because I don't know if you saw the one where he said that Phil Spencer was gay.
Did he?
Yeah. So, but so I love Phil Spencer. I'm not saying that I agree with him. But what had happened was we were talking about stuff, and then Zobi just got into this way of saying like, "This is gay, this is gay." Oh yeah, remember the Sony dude is gay and all this kind of stuff. And then he just waited for the perfect time. It was me, Dea, and Heba, I think, Sega Man. I think you was there, Sega Man, but you was there, but you wasn't there. And so he did this whole thing, man. It's just like a comedian, man. When he does a punchline, he takes you down this whole story, like Dave Chappelle does it, right? And so he went to this one part, and he goes, that's why Phil Spencer's gay. And the way he said it, and the conviction he put in, dude, and I lost my address. I was mad at myself, right? Because I'm like, bro, you know what? This is something I should have seen coming a mile away, but you still got me. And I gave him his props, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not so much that he's saying that he does that, dude. He sees like, you can't Sega Man, bro. If you're on a podcast with him, bro, you can't give him an inch, brother. That dude is constantly in flux, man. It's hard to pin down.
Yeah.
But Gogo, yeah, it took us back to that days, right? It was him, Zink, and E-Rock. Even Unlimited got into it with him, but not on that level. But I mean, E-Rock and other Zink dude was going off on him too, man. It was
on who?
Zobi.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a crazy show. Just to remind me. remix station. Oh yeah, wait till Trump wins or Biden steals it. So much pent up. Yeah, then I'm pretty sure this country's gonna burn down either way. Gogo man, don't forget to get your don't forget your 20-year supply of survivor food. Don't forget your survivor food pack, man. Get some canned food, man. Get some spam. I got my collection of spam just because we eat spam here, so I'm good. What was it? Jokes, lol. Yeah, brother. Zobi's a conspiracy dude. So like, yeah, dude. And I wanted to do a show with them, Gogo. We're supposed to do a show together. Gogo, you gotta follow me on Twitter, man. I'll put you in the show, man. You're welcome on. I need to follow you, dude. I'm not tech savvy, brother. Do I follow you on? What is your name? Do I follow you on Twitter, bro? You gotta let me know, bro. I trust me. I'm not trying to keep you out, bro. I just don't. I already have a hard time inviting the people I already know. Sick of man. Dude, Iraq, man. Iraq will be coming after me next. But I did send Iraq. I don't know. Iraq didn't come in, but I did send it out to him on Instagram, so he couldn't put me in the crosshair. I sent it out to everybody. He bought. Made sure I gave it to Firebox. Make sure I gave it to the Realist. I got it. Unlimited already said he couldn't come in. So I'm covered, man. I'm covered, brother. I'm good. How many hours? We've been going 2 hours, but I mean, we can wrap it up. Say, man, you there? Maybe we lost segment, but I see you anti-China post. Oh, my anti-China post? Yeah. I mean, I like the people, not so much the government. I actually feel sorry for the people, right? Especially everything that's going on now with all their. Oh, so yeah, you see it on. What's is it Google Poll on what is your thing, bro? Can you write it for me real fast so I can write it down? Unless you want people to know, or you can send it to me. Send it to me in a message. Do we follow each other? Yeah, so some of that stuff I was posting on China though, dude, it was because of the economy. And I was posting that for the Xbox guys to let them know, dude, if you think Force Studios is bad, here you go. like whole factories are shut down where thousands of people are out of work. You know, and now it's hundreds of thousands. People can't pay their bill. Yeah, DM me, brother. DM me, so we'll keep it on the down. Please do, and then I'll keep that. Also on the memory bank. In fact, I'll write it down. And then when you want to come on, bro, because I know you want to talk about PC. Like with Dea too. Dea knows the PC side. We're gonna have to talk, man, because I need to know some stuff about PC. With all this stuff going on, you know what I mean? I have no clue. So in fact, I just need to know. I don't even really need to know. You guys can talk about it on the podcast. Because I think that's something that would be helpful to people, but I can't talk. You know, I'm not educated on that level, and I think you guys would be better at doing it. But like the WNBA stuff, the wrestling stuff, I'll definitely bring that all in. I'll talk about collectibles as well. I mean, it's got to be something kind of big. You know what I'm saying? I just won't talk just to talk about it. Because the Caitlyn story about coming from going into the WNBA, everything that's going on, dude, it is pretty huge. And I love all the reactions, dude. I come in there, I mix it up with people as well, not in a bad way. You know, there's some people that think they're not being fair with her. Some people are saying that the WNBA doesn't know how to handle her. Some people are saying that she deserves what she's getting because she's some kind of princess they put on a pedestal. I mean, there's a little bit of each of that kind of stuff. Well, there's some of that stuff I don't agree with at all. But there's a little bit of truth nuggets in all of those stuff. And that's the kind of the discussions that I've been having with people online. Right, because I do think the WNBA, I definitely believe they need to do a better job. But they've never been in this position, man. And I'm not saying that's a knock on any of the other athletes that are in the WNBA. In fact, if anything else, man, Caitlin Clark is going to be putting eyes on these girls. They did for me, man. When I watched the Liberty play, I saw that one girl, I had no idea who she was. And she was lighting it up, man. That girl definitely got skills. You know, some of the jokes that I made about the WNBA kind of fell flat for me now. It's still funny. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is when I look at the WNBA, it's not what I thought it was, and I am definitely intrigued. Again, this is not me just jumping on the hype train, guys. When I talk about basketball, dude, I was 100% was into basketball. Again, I fell off, dude. Just like with comic books, I fell off, but it's easy for me to come back around. That's what I'll be doing, and I'll be doing my research. And like I said, I want to get a season pass, and I'll be watching these games because I want to see that the story for me is still Caitlin Clark, man. Because I really want to see her I believe she is the cream of the crop, and that she'll rise. You know what I'm saying? She just got to get. There's a lot of stuff going on with her. A lot of stuff is expected of her, man. There's a lot of pressure on her and stuff like that. There's all those things that she has to deal with right now that other WNBA stars didn't have to deal with. I know for some of them, dude, there's a lot of hate. There's some haterism there that they wish they were her. But at the end of the day, do you wish you were her? Dude? Can you carry that bucket? Can you carry that water? I don't know. Right? Because it's during moments like these, man. The baptism by fire, like I like to say. This is what separates the good from the great. And I definitely think she has that upside to be one of the greatest in the league. When I used to help both my nieces with basketball. One of my nieces was and then the other niece was just natural, and then the dad played basketball. So, I mean, you can just tell, right? You can just tell that they have the skills to go to whatever level. Right? But again, life is about choices, man. In the case of the WNBA, man, are they making the right choices for these girls? Again, I definitely loved that they did the charter flights, man. I think that matters, dude. If you want your league to be taken seriously, you're gonna have to do that. Now I know a lot of the stuff is subsidized league and all this kind of stuff, but still, it's a brand. You have a brand in Caitlin Clark. You guys realize that's a brand, but your brand is beyond is all encompassing, not just with her. She is the catalyst right now, dude, and she's a big catalyst. And you need to focus on her. Make sure they dot their I's and cross their T's when it comes to her career, and the spotlight is going to be here. You saw that with UFC. You had some of the great guys in the beginning of UFC. But let's be honest, man. When it wasn't until George St. Pierre came in that credibility factor kind of raised, or when Gina Carano stepped into the ring, right? She gave that a little bit of credibility because when you watch Gina Carano, dude, she was pretty and she could fight. I know, don't get offended by that, guys. I'm just being honest, right? She was attractive and she could fight. She had skills. Same thing with and just to be fair, if you guys call me a sexist, George St. Pierre was the same thing, dude. He had skills and he was a good-looking guy. You could put him on the poster. There's a multitude of times people would refer to him as the UFC Van Damme because he was a good-looking guy, had those skills, right? Was a champion, right? And then what ended up happening is you have these two poster people, right? It gives your thing puts eyes on your sport, right? And I know Dana was big on that as well. And then everybody else starts following the other people because then they become fans. And when you become fans, right, that's how you lay the foundation. Then you become fans, and then the fan works their way up. Not everybody's going to stick around, or some people might just touch and go. That's fine. But then you have the potential to get a fan that starts looking at Chuck the Iceman Liddell, Tito Ortiz, some of the other guys that came up along the way. And this is why the UFC is where it is today. And I don't see any problem with the WNBA finally taking its place in the annals of sports history. I'm just being honest. I know it's like, you're being dramatic. Again, I do watch K-dramas, guys, so forgive me for that, but still, for being dramatic. But I'm just being honest. Yeah, she's an interesting character. WNBA could be fun to watch. Well, that's what she brings, right, my brother, Gogol? That's one thing I love about watching her. She does have that Steph Curry magic about her. I'm not saying she's on the same level, right? And as you can see by some of the games that's been going on, right, she's getting a taste of it, right? But credit to her, man. She's stepping in and they're double teaming her. They're giving her that respect. They're also trying to teach her a lesson. There's something, and I love that part. I have no problem with that part. That they have WNBA players in there is like, oh, okay, rookie, let's see what you got. You coming in here? I've seen all your articles. I've seen everybody loves you. I said, well, let's see what you got, and that's what they're doing, man. Those two, the two Liberties, I was going to say studs, but they're not studs. Those two girls, man, they woke me up. I was like, I seen the clips of them. I'm like, dang, these girls can game. Right. But, some could say she rose that level, man, because they wanted to show her. They wanted to introduce her to the real WNBA. The first two, I think this was the third game. The first two games, I think she was, what happened was she hit her threes and stuff like that. She didn't have the superstar thing that people wanted her to, but I thought she did great on both games. Right, because figuring she's a rookie coming into the league and all this kind of stuff. But that third game, man, that was the welcome. That was the welcome committee, brother. That was the welcome committee. Yeah, so let's see how the WNBA's got to get up to speed, man. They got to get up to speed on how to do this because, you only have one shot sometimes, right? And it could be, if they don't do this right, dude, it could be another 10, 15 years before people pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Because whether people like it or not, it is a business, and you have to draw in the normies. Again, this is why Microsoft bought AKB. Google's remake Station 5. I still prefer female tennis over male. Yeah, bro, I love tennis too. Again, I've dropped off of tennis, dude. I like the girl. She's from Japan, man. She's like part Japanese, part black. Osaka, I think is her name. I forget her name. I was watching her for a little bit. Granted, again, one of the reasons why I kind of fell off of sports just because I don't follow it as hardcore as I used to. Probably will start doing so, but I don't have cable. That's another problem I have. I don't have cable. I'm a cord cutter, man. I've been that way for years, so I can't watch sports even if I wanted to. Yeah, it took years before Curry hit big, so it'll take time. Yeah, yeah, and I can see right now the thing about it is the speed and the quickness of the game. It's the speed of the game, but it's that quickness, right? And she's gonna have to calm her nerves, right? She's rushing. There's times you can tell she's rushing. She can tell that she's feeling the weight, dude, the pressure. She's got to find her groove. That's all it'll take. And honestly, dude, her team, you can see why they got the number one pick. And I'm not trying to slight the girls, dude. This is a true, strictly from a analytical perspective, guys. Dude, I want that team to be better, but that team needs to be better. That's just the reality of it, man. It's like when LeBron was on a team, you can't be the whole team. Dude. You need some type of help. If she have one big man, right? And some of it's her too, right? But like in this last game, like I said, I was just watching the clips. I wish I could have watched the whole thing. I could give a better analysis, right? But she was hitting she started to diversify her portfolio, as I like to say on this channel, right? And she started hitting with the passes, doing the drives, man, opening it up a little bit. Because in basketball, the way it works, guys, is sometimes you got to take what the defense gives you, and that's what kind of separates the great guys from the good guys from the great guys. Yeah. Jordan had a whole set of rules made for him, dude, and he rose above it. That's what you do. So that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about the negativity and that stuff like that. I want to see that, man. Like I said, it takes me back, guys. You have no idea, dude, how hardcore I was, man. And I lived through a great time in the NBA, man. Because in the NBA, man, we were right at the. It was right at. We saw it, man. We was like watching the Rocket first launch, dude. We was there. We was ground floor. Me, Sega Man. We was there, man. We remember.
Oh yeah.
We remember. Good times. But did you have anything else, Sega Man? You want to wrap up on anything with the showcase coming up on June 9th?
Nah, brother. Just I just know it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. I think we're gonna be very happy. And like I said, they always have a good show in the summer for us, man. It's great. You know what I mean? And I can't wait, man. I mean, it's gonna be really, really cool, man.
Yeah.
Might even get to see maybe might be able to see a little bit of maybe what the new Xbox is gonna probably look like or something like that.
You think so?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what, dude? I think it'd be good for them to do that, dude. And I want to see my girl. I want my girl to run the show. Sarah Bond. I know that's your girl, bro. That's not my girl. I gotta take her. But she'll be in her element, man. And I want to see it, dude. She deserves that, dude. She got put through the ringer. She got put through the fire, man. I'm proud of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these guys giving her hate, dude. I like to see what they could do. Right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody. And I'm saying I'm not saying I'm you're open to criticize her and stuff like that. But at least know what you're talking about, dude. Don't be ignorant. Be educated. Respect. Right? A lot of the stuff you enjoy on Xbox because of her. She's not a DEI hire. She's not somebody that just fell off the apple cart. Dude, she's been there.
Yeah.
She's paying her dues, right? She's learning the ropes, right? And it's her time, man. Queendom, brother. It's time. Oh, sorry, I don't want to. As the queen, but you know what I'm saying. It's time for her. Time for her to take the reins, and that's what I want to see. That's another thing I want to see, June. I want to see her at the forefront. Because she put in that work, man. She deserves to. She deserves to make the calls, man. I mean, to present, enjoy the fruits of her labor, so to speak. You know what I mean? And plus, there's no better place, man. That's her environment, dude. I love watching her, dude. She gives me when I watch her, man. It's just that energy she exudes, man. It gets me excited, Like how Peter Moore used to do back today. He used to fire up the crowd, man. He used to fire up.
Oh yeah, Peter Moore. Yeah.
That's what I want to see, dude. I don't want to see you know what I'm saying? We've been there before, bro. You know what I mean? I want to be entertained, dude. I want to be excited, dude. I want to feel. I want you to fill me with the power of Xbox. You know what I'm saying? That's where I want to go. Remake. Yeah, the NBA is ending an era. LeBron almost done. Yeah, dude. And it's interesting. A lot of the people that was saying about Caitlin Clark, man, was LeBron was one of them. Giving her props, man, because they understand what the NBA is and why the NBA is the way that it is. That's why they won't really put down people. You know what I'm saying? What the NBA does is they do it on the court. That's the only thing I'll knock on the WNBA veterans, the legends, even. You know, like they got caught up too many feelings. But look, dude, call me sexist. I'm just gonna be honest, man. That's just the way women are. You know, that's why people tell me, "Will women ever rule the world?" I'm like, nope. Why not? Why not? You chauvinist, sexist pig. I'm like, because there's other women in the world. That's why. The queen bee thing is real, guys. The queen bee thing is real, man. That's kind of what you're seeing a little bit with Caitlin Clark. But again, at the end of the day, they're athletes, man, and all they have to do is step it up. That's it. Remake Station says Sarah Bond is a smart one. She gets it. Yeah, dude. You know, she has the bona fides. On top of that, dude, she has the business acumen, and she's a gamer, man. I mean, I wish people would dig into her background a little bit more, man. See some of the stories she said, the interviews she's given. I know people get caught up on the whole, like, you know, token stuff and all that kind of stuff. But again, dude, you just can't take stuff at surface value. If you want to have a full appreciation of stuff, dude, you got to do the deep dive. I've learned that in my life. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, dude, her results are untouchable, man. Because, like I said, a lot of you guys was hitting her on the studios getting shut down, and lo and behold, you know, and some of you was deflecting to other people, right? Just to you know bring the ship down. But lo and behold, we seen that article come out where it looks like it was Microsoft falling on the sword again, which is what they do, and they do best because they've had so much practice. They do it all the time. Oh my gosh, this is why I'm doing this podcast. I'm not running that company. Because you know me, man, Gogo. You know if I was running Xbox right now, it'd be pandemonium. Like Gorilla Monsoon, we pandemonium in the ring. I'll be going all in, bro. I'll be nuking people. What Xbox need to do? No. This is I go gangster, but no, this is what you need to do. I tell you what you guys need. But of course, that won't work in business. So again, this is why I'm doing a podcast. But yeah, guys, we'll wrap it up, man, real quickly. I think we got all the topics covered. We ran about 2.5 hours. I'll try and do that a little bit more with the format. It is a bit harder when we have all the guys in here. And again, like I said, just expect it because this is a Google Hangouts type of deal that we bring to this channel. I wish I could do videos and stuff with that, dude. I just don't have the ability to do it. And I just don't have the time to learn, honestly, guys. That's why doing it live is the best. Yeah, Google, thanks. No, thanks for being here, brother. Thanks for being here, dude. Again, like, message me for real. So if you want to come in and talk, dude, definitely. In fact, I'll do a one-on-one show with you, man, so you can get your bars off. We'll do that, dude. Send me a link, and then we'll do an all-in-one. But I was supposed to do an all-in-one with Dea, too. And I'll do one with you and Sega Man. But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Sega Man, you there? You know, my brother works hard, dude. Love and respect, man. Thank you for being here, Sega Man. I really appreciate it. The other brothers couldn't. Which is bad, man. I really wanted to hear them on all of this topics, man, because a lot of them, like I know Zink could have talked about the WNBA. What he say, I don't know. Because like I said, he's a baller. Then I know E-Rock wanted to talk about Disney, which I would have been more than make time for. But then he could have touched on all this kind of stuff. And I know everybody would have had an opinion on Assassin's Creed Shadow. Because I see my brothers posting stuff too, and I've heard them talk about it in the groups. We kind of have a different opinion when it comes to that. I'm actually warring with more with people on my side, right? Because I guess they want me to care more than what I do. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm already in this stuff, dude. Like I said, a lot of you guys are fresh off the boat, are new to this, man. I've been dealing with this for years. It's not surprising to me now. In fact, when some of you guys say stuff, right, you guys are just looking at it from a race thing, and it's not. Right? It goes deep. It is a race thing, but it's not what you guys. It's more than what you guys think it is. Right? There are people that are doing that. Right, on both sides, right? But what it is, dude, it is the messaging, right? And corporate is involved. If you guys want to know, you guys should really do deep dives on stuff. Look up BlackRock. Start there. Look up BlackRock and see that, you know, what all that's about. This is why some of your games have had the storylines and the characters that they've had or gone a certain way. It's not because of the creativity, right? It's kind of built in from that. And then yeah, and this is why they've been failing, because there is a pushback, man. Get T Reaper and let's play some COD, maybe. Yeah, dude, we could. I am gonna be a bit my I have a graduation with my niece. You know what I'm stuck on? Google. I don't know if you play this game, dude. Is I'm stuck on Warhammer. I actually have to get off of it, dude, because I haven't even played some of my other games because of that. Do you play Darktide? Because that game I love. I love that game. That's my new favorite game. Right now. Yeah, BlackRock and then yeah, all of that, dude. And this is what I mean, Gogo. You know, this is why I'm kind of numb. Like I said, the same thing when people are trying to come at me with Xbox, knowing my political affiliations, how I feel, my principles, my all that stuff that I believe in, and they're trying to attack me on Xbox. I'm like, bro, Xbox has been there from the jump, dude. Because some, people are like, oh, Sweet Baby Inc. I was like, Xbox precedes Sweet Baby Inc. Dude, they've been doing this for years. The only reason why I can rock out with Xbox is because they're not trying to stuff it down my throat. Like like when Microsoft puts their stuff out, during that time of the month, right? When they get the flags going and the rainbow stuff, like what I'll do is I'll just put my little 2 cents in on there about what the rainbow really means, right? And no harm, no foul, dude. They put their stuff, I put my stuff, and neither shall the twain meet, and we're all good, right? And that's the society that's the way society should be. Everybody should be able to share their opinion, but everybody's so inundated with this stuff, dude, that it's hard. Right? It's hard for people to talk and think straight. Yeah, I played Darktide not as much as Vermintide, and if you have to yeah, Vermintide I love too, dude. I played. That's what got me into Darktide because I played Vermintide. I was wondering, man, if you have any tips on Darktide too, on Darktide as well, because yeah, I've been trying to get better gear. Mostly I've been trying to get better weapons. Dude, and it's weird, man. I mean, like I try and like trade in and upgrade and stuff like that. Because I played with one guy, man. He had a one tap hammer kill. That was nuts, right? And I see people's videos on how they're playing and stuff like that. The other problem I have is I like to play the build the way I like it, and it might not be the best way to do it. But then again, I'm like, I would rather play it the way that I want to play it because I'm in character. The reason I love Warhammer is because of the universe, and when I play that game, I'm actually in the universe. I feel like I'm in the universe, right, doing what I want to do. So even if the only thing I feel bad on is I won't go above 3, is because if I'm with other people, man, I can tell that I'm not at the spec that I should be, and comparatively to the people playing at that level. So I don't want to be the anchor, that weighs them down. I have level 20 character or so in Darktide to overdo. Yeah, I've leveled up all my characters to 30. It's just that my builds are off. My best character is the Zealot because that's the one I like playing with the most. And I have a knife that I use with her, man, a blade that's really awesome. I have a blade that's awesome and a 6-shooter that's pretty awesome, a revolver. And then I got her character I got it on a good level. And it was in line with the way I want to play because I play her like how I play the elf on Vermintide. I go a little bit stealth. There's different ways I like to play the elf, but I mostly run stealth. So when people fall or stuff, like I can just go spy them. The only thing with Vermintide, dude, I don't know if I can change this, but Darktide, man, I go into stealth mode and that thing doesn't last long. But what it allows me to do is I can get over to characters that are fallen, or go past hordes of people and then grab them and save them, and then we can start fighting again. And then I added something to the block when I'm in that mode, and then when I come out of it when I'm picking somebody up, right? And then I'm blocking. They're hitting me, but I'm not taking that damage that I would be if I didn't have it. I saw you have over 200 hours. That makes great games. Darktide is 200 hours. Yeah, yeah, dude. See, that's what I mean. It's bad, dude. It's one of those games that once I play, it's just like Vermintide, dude. And Killing Floor. I don't know if you play Killing Floor. I was playing Killing Floor too. I get so sucked into it, man. Just time just melts away. I'm the same way with Halo, brother. I start playing Halo, and it's over. That will happen to me in Starfield, so I have to stop. I should stop there because I have so many games that I bought that I need to play. And I'm falling behind. When we do the end of the year, when we do our end of the year report card, dude, my whole thing will be probably Darktide and 1,000 hours. I'll play some, but you're way ahead. I need to max level it over. Yeah, we should still play together though. That's fine. Or I can play with somebody that I need to level up. I need to level up my Psyker because my Psyker is bad. I need to rebuild her actually. I mean, I like playing with her in the beginning, but not to level up, dude. I'm way too weak. I can't even assist my team. I don't have that level power. I have to usually be in the back or in the group. I can't be on my own. with my with the other one, my other character that I love, dude, I'm the zealot, dude. I'm all over. I'm it. I can hold my own and I can help out a lot of people. Is this with AI? Oh, you mean yeah, I play by myself, or oh no, I play online. I play online with people. Or are you asking me is the game with AI? I don't know, dude. I play online, just like it reminds me of like Left 4 Dead. I love this kind of game, man. This is what I wish Redfall would do, man. I was disappointed that they closed Redfall, right? Hopefully that they don't get rid of the IP and hopefully they bring it back. I know Unlimited told me this probably, I read it too, but I have hope, man, because I think if they had dropped 4-player co-op in there, like just plug and play, like people drop
Mhm.
it, dude. I think if they would have done that, that would have saved Redfall. That would have helped save that game. Because that game is meant to be played. I mean, I know the people working on it didn't like that idea, but at the end of the day, that's what it would have made it even more fun. Because I play with the girl, man, the psychic chick, and she has her powers, man. You use it with other people. But most of the time, I would play solo, dude, because I couldn't get into any games, and most people I know didn't play on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like if I, anyway, and then it's like trying to get into games, dude. I got into like one time. It was not. It just wasn't good. Yeah, Killing Floor is awesome. You know what? They have that 15-year anniversary, right? That's why I thought about it. And they have like 80% off on their stuff. I'm gonna go check that out, dude. I'm broke as a joke, but I mean 80% off, like the Humble Bundle thing, Humble Bundle. You can't go wrong with that. Bro. Yeah, dude. Let's play Killing Floor too. Well, I don't know. Lately, when I played Killing Floor, I kind of dropped off of it because the servers were bad for me, dude. I was just like lagging. It was horrible, but I love that game. Dude, my characters on that game they're tight, dude. I'm good. You might, yeah, dude. We should play that too, bro. Remake Station says you might like Aliens Elite. Yeah, let's play that, bro. I think Dea plays that. Yeah, Dea plays it, but not with us. Sega Man, if Sega Man was Sega Man would tell you, dude. In fact, they kind of clowned
What's
it.
that? What's that?
No, Go or Remake Station 5. He said you might like Aliens Elite. I think Dea plays that. And then I said Sega Man. I said, oh yeah, Dea plays it, but not with us. Yeah, because you wanted to play um no, what is it? Dude, Gears. You guys been meaning to play Gears with her? Do you do Gears? No, dude, I'm not a good. I don't really play Gears multi. I usually just stick to the story mode. I mean, I could play it, dude, but you're gonna have to carry me, bro. I'm not good with the cover shoot thing. I'm not saying it's bad or that I hate it. I'm just not. I don't want to. You know what? Gears like when I would play it and stuff like that, dude. I know I'd be weighing the people down, and then some people are nice to try and help you out. Some people don't. You can tell they were like, "No, what's up with this guy?" I'm not good at the cover shoot. And in most games like that, dude, I'm a tank, dude. I rush in. I don't care. Right? And I play COD. Like that's why I like COD because it's arcadey, or Halo as well. I think Halo's a little bit more refined than COD, though, definitely. But, yeah, Aliens Elite. I have an engineering. Okay, I'll go check it out, bro. I'll go check it out. I'm not gonna lie, brother. I am gonna play Warhammer tonight because I've been thinking about it all day. So I gotta check out a scratch it. And I'm just gonna use this Friday night, dude, because we're gonna wrap it up and then I'm gonna dig out because I gotta get up tomorrow for the gym. Then my niece has a graduation tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy tomorrow, dude. Hawaii right now is like on the flash flood watch, dude. It's been raining nonstop, which is good for our island because we need it. Not so much for us, like if we got stuff to do. So what's happening, man? They have all these high schools graduating, but since it's raining so much, man, they moved it to this place we call Blaisdell. If you watch Joe Coy's special on Netflix when he was in Hawaii, that's the Blaisdell. And so my niece's graduation is going to be over there. So it'll be crazy, man. It'll be a madhouse. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some scraps. People be scrapping, man. So if something goes down, man. You got all those people together, plus all those different schools. Oof. Max, yeah, I got you, brother. I got you. Yeah, dude. Okay, guys. So we'll wrap it up, man. Well, man, this is fun, bro. I mean, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Thanks for being here, brother. It's been good talking to you. Um, and again, man, DM me, bro. For real, DM me, man. Your opinion is valuable, bro. I don't want you to think, dude. I'm all about free speech, brother. Your opinion is just as valuable as the rest of us here. Anyway, and then all of the guys, everybody, all of you guys in the chat, man. You guys ever want to be on it? Let me know, bro. I'll put you on it. This is not that type of channel has to be select few. You guys know your stuff. You guys have your opinion. I respect each and every one of you. You know, like Fireboss, he's in the chat. Unlimited was in the chat. They couldn't make it in today, right? But they'll be in next time. Tool Man, if you ever want to come in, bro, if you're still listening, let me know, man. You just gotta what you gotta do though. I told you guys, man. I'm not tech savvy. Right? I'm just too old for that stuff. What you can do, just follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you know. And then we'll follow each other so I can message you. And we can do it that way. Yeah, brother. And we'll game, man. I'll hit you up on Xbox. But tonight I am gonna play Warhammer. I'm not gonna lie. I got a couple hours. Then I gotta crash because I gotta get up in the morning. But thanks for brother. Yeah, so man, we're gonna wrap it up, bro. Give your outro, man.
Well, again, man, I tell you, brother, Sega Forever, brother, you've been on fire with these podcasts, man.
You know, I feel
fire, brother. Fire.
Well, I feel a bit in a certain kind of way because of the 4 games and stuff like that. So I had to bring it back, brother. I had to reaffirm my bona fides as a Xbox guy. You know.
But yeah, man. You can always find me on my channel. You know, Sega Man 101 with brother Sega Forever. You know what I mean? He bought and the crew. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. It's good to do another podcast with you, brother. I know it's a little late and stuff like that, but hey, you know, would have been nice if, you know, some of the other brothers could come in, but hey, you know, they're probably busy, you know what I mean, or something like that. But yeah, man, it's good. It's always good to do another podcast with you, brother Sega Forever, man. And you're doing really good, man. Just bringing out these fire podcasts, man. So shout out to the chat, you know, and everybody. But yeah, it was good one again, brother. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem, dude. And I'm always there too, man. Let me know tomorrow if you want to do one.
Yeah, okay.
If you do one, just send me an email. The thing is if you can, send it to me on Instagram because my Facebook, like I said,
on Instagram. Okay.
I think the FBI, the CIA, somebody watching me.
Uh-oh. Who's watching?
I posted one too many taxation without representation problem.
Yeah.
You know I hate taxes, man. So I probably did. I went one step too far, and it was like, oh, okay, we got our eye on you, buddy. Boom. Yeah, dude, it's nuts, dude. I mean, it's been blown up like several times, dude. So I'm like, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Plus, I ain't the biggest Mark Zuckerberg fan. He's like, oh yeah, we should let everybody in, and we shouldn't be building walls. This dude bought one of our islands. He built one of our islands, dude, and started putting up his big mansion, put all the walls around his crap. Dude, we was all like, dude, what happened to what happened to the people have the land, dude? You know, but it's part for the course for somebody who's a mega rich person. Right? You know, do as I say, not as I do. Typical, right? This is why people don't like rich people. But you know, no hate. You know, you make your money, but at least be happy and do something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and it's me, man. Xbox All In channel. Sega Forever, dude. If you guys want to look at my gamer tag, it's exactly as you see it right there. Hit me up, man, and we'll play, dude. I know the hours are a bit off, dude. Like me and Remake Station, aka Goku Pole, we played Call of Duty. That was good fun, and hopefully we'll light it up again, man. Sega Man too. I'm gonna looks like a Gogo plays Gears. So maybe I'll play with him. Get my
yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, because I don't play Gears, man, because I'm not good at it. So I'm not good at cover for some reason. I'm just bad at it. So maybe I can give you some pointers. Oh, we lost Sega, man. That's cool. But yeah, brother, just hit me up when you get a chance. And that's a good sign because I gotta go as well. But anyway, man, thank you guys for being here. Global, thank you, or Remake Station. Invader Gaming, man, thank you for being here, brother. I'm glad to see you, Fire Boss, man. I know you couldn't make it. That's cool. Shout out to my man, Sega Man, for being here, dude. You guys know he works hard. He works all day. And then he's nice enough to do this podcast because it's late where he is, man. He's got to get his sleep in. 2Man55, brother. You always holding it down. Thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart. It is much appreciated, man. You're usually the first to come in. And I always appreciate that. Unlimited Productions couldn't have been here, dude, but he left a comment. Appreciate it, my brother. Let me know, dude. Let me know, man, if you want to do a one-on-one about this Assassin's Creed. I really want to get your perspective on that this one. As we talked about Unlimited, man, I'm going to be, I'm back, brother. I'm bleed green all the way. All the stuff going on the last 2 weeks really woke me up. There's what I needed to be perfectly honest with you, dude, because I was focused on Xbox. in the other level, and then this brought me back and realizing why we do what we do. And so that's what we're gonna do, brother. And yeah, let me know. And then I'm looking forward to your review. Once you get the game, I know it's later on in the year, and then looking forward to your review. Yeah, hey Gogo, thanks, brother. What did he say? Horde mode. Yeah, we lost Sega Man, brother. He said, "Have a good night, too, Sega Man." Thanks, brother. And then horde mode is like Vermin and Dark type, more cool. Yeah, it's just the ducking and moving stuff, man. The movement I gotta get down. Not that I'm saying I can't do it. I think I can, but I just don't. Like I said, I tried playing it, dude, and I'd be holding. That's how bad I am, bro. Yep. All right, brother. Yeah, and then we'll call it a night, man. Xbox All In channel. Say good favorite. We out.